Mayo experience.
Mayo experience. Mayo experience. Mayo experience. Experience.
Welcome to the Pat Mayo Experience Week 15 rankings update. Injuries and your viewer questions towards the end of the show. In fact, Garion Thorne is here in studio with me. Let's get to a few right off the hop.
Sure.
What people need to do is smash that like button. We're at 7 likes right now.
That's an embarrassing amount of likes.
I know the show just started and no one's watching, but still, our watching to like ratio, very good. So we need more people to like retweet the show out and do that sort of fun stuff. Also, I'll be live again tomorrow morning with Chris Meany to recap these games and the terrible picks that we made. I hope everyone watched Saturday's show when Jeff Ulrich was like, what's a good bet? 40-1, Brashad Perriman, first touchdown. Boom, cash it.
Not bad.
It's a great week for props. I hit the Thursday prop. Jeff hit the Saturday prop. You're up a lot of money if you've been watching the show.
There you go.
So it's going to be a disastrous Sunday, is the way that I see this game.
Look, it's an ugly slate. I don't think anyone out there is...
These are the best kind of slates, though.
Yeah.
Just honestly, listen, it's going to go, if you're playing on DraftKings today, there's one of two ways you can do this, because everyone's playing the same people. So you can either just say, screw this, and play people that are completely different, hope the chalk busts, and you'll probably win a sizable amount of money, depending on the leagues that you're playing in.
Right.
Or you can just go with the chalk and make 1 or 2 pivots elsewhere and hope that those are the people that go off and Zeke scores his 40 points and somehow you've managed to get Barkley into that lineup too, and the random $3,000 receiver that you play, Andy Jones maybe, that he goes off and hey, you're like, hey, I'm in the money. This is great.
Yeah.
Those are your two options here. Like, you were talking about stacking Oakland and Cincinnati.
It's not great, yeah.
Yeah, it's tough to figure out. I'm very curious about this T.Y. Hilton news. We'll get to the injuries here in a second.
Yeah, that's probably the biggest pressing news.
Because if he plays, I'm playing him.
Yeah, me too.
I think that's the move. Because everyone's sort of off of him because they don't want to wait. That if he does play...
Little do they know, he's been hurt every single week this season.
That's the whole thing. So, questions just to start this off. Should I play Edelman or that awful Mark Ingram?
That's a bad way to start.
Yeah, that's a quick ban for life. Jesus Christ. Next one, Josh Allen, Cam, Dak, Lamar. 4 points passing. May need to play from behind, so need a little upside. I think it comes down to Allen or Lamar for me.
Yeah.
And I'll take Allen. Everyone's really... The analytics nerds.
I know.
They hate Josh Allen.
They're ganging up on Josh Allen.
Yeah, poor Josh Allen cannot continue to average 100 and something rushing yards per game, and that's probably true. They're like, Detroit doesn't give up yards to running quarterbacks. Like, I don't think there's like a precedent set on Josh Allen.
Running quarterback stats, I would say, and look, I'm a man who will use flawed statistics to prove an argument he wants to make, but those are about the most capricious stats I would think we have. Most teams average somewhere between like 26 yards allowed per game and 14 yards allowed per game, because on the off chance you face a quarterback who's going to gain more than 50 yards, probably doesn't happen all that much during the course of a season. So I would probably lean to Allen there because I'm still kind of worried about this Flacco thing.
Really?
I just...
It seems like they've made a pretty sizable commitment to Lamar Jackson now.
Okay. Sure. But when I'm looking at two very similar quarterbacks...
take the guy who might not get replaced midway through the game?
take the guy who is probably going to play the entire game.
Okay.
Because he also can't get hurt.
Would you play Lamar over Cam? I would
play Lamar over Cam.
Yeah. I'd play Dak over Cam too, I think.
too.
All right, next one. Can you do half-point PPR, Chris Godwin or DJ Moore? I think I'll take DJ Moore.
Yeah, DJ Moore.
It's really close, though.
It's a tough spot for Godwin.
This whole Tampa, that could be the sneaky stack that no one's using, is the Tampa stack.
Yeah, could be.
People use it every week. Now people don't want to use it. But, I mean, we've seen the Ravens get lit before.
I don't know if lit would be the proper
They got
term.
lit in Carolina.
That was a big McCaffrey game, but it's not like anyone else really did anything. They scored, 27 points in that game?
Yeah. I mean, if you score 27 points on this slate, you're looking pretty good.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Next one. So who would you go? Yeah, with DJ Moore?
Yeah, I would go DJ Moore.
Would you go Rodgers, Allen, or Lamar Jackson? I'd go Josh Allen.
I would also go Josh Allen.
That's so crazy.
Yeah. It's really how we started the week, though. That was like the first question Jake asked me for week 15.
Which one would you play?
Just between Rodgers and Allen. Because it sounds ridiculous, but yeah, I'm not testing that Bears defense right now.
Henry, Mack, or Hump Daddy? Hump Daddy might be the safest, although Ryan Kelly is going to return for the Colts, and they're averaging near 5 yards per carry when he plays and less than 4 when he doesn't play. It's still not a good matchup.
No. Yeah, Hump's pretty safe for just 6 catches.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hump Daddy.
Let's save it there because we'll ask Tim, the
Yeah.
Hump Daddy Whisperer, here in a second. But here are some of the injuries to really watch out for. T.Y. Hilton, Chris Ivory are like legit game time decisions. We're going to find out at 11:35, and it might be like, hey, T.Y. Hilton's active, but we're still not sure if he's going to play or not, even if he is active. So you really need to watch out for that
Yeah.
one. It's going to be risky biz. Chris Ivory, I don't think it really matters. You're not playing Chris Ivory.
No.
I guess because Lesean McCoy and James Conner are both doubtful. They're probably not going to play. If Ivory and Shady don't play, would you play Marcus Murphy or just say screw it?
No.
Okay.
I'm not.
Probably good news for Isaiah McKenzie.
I mean, the funny thing for me, I guess the exact tipping point when I was like, I'm not going to play Bills value running back is when I realized McCoy's priced at like 4.7 anyway. And I wasn't going to play McCoy. So why would I play some guy for like $1,000 less who's not nearly as good?
Dante Pettis, Matt Breida, Marquise Goodwin. So all three 49ers look like they're going to play. So I've adjusted my rankings to put Breida in them, and Jeff Wilson has been moved down. So you can check those out in the description or the comment section
Thinking like
of the show.
60-40? That's kind of where I see it.
I can actually tell you where I have them ranked right now. I moved Breida to 18 in the rankings, and Jeff Wilson is 30.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how it's going to shake out.
I mean, week 12, he played 39.1% of the snaps with a completely healthy Matt Breida. He's just going to be the new Raheem Mostert. So, 40 to 45% of the snaps is probably roughly what we're looking at.
Matt Stafford, Chris Thompson, Josh Doxson, and Doug Baldwin all look like they're going to play as well. So I thought we'd be in like a James Conner situation here. I was reworking all my lineups to make sure that I had enough money for James Conner.
Right.
Turns out I just wasted my time. And also, if we're talking about wasting time, do I have a guest for you, Garion? For the peoples out there, and to talk about Mr. Hump Daddy, it is a Tim Undergust.
Tim Andergust.
It's not my name.
Would you go Henry, Mack, or Hump Daddy?
Hump Daddy. It'd be a good day for him.
I'm shocked you didn't say Derrick Henry.
I actually don't mind a Buccaneer stack today. I think a lot of people won't have it. And I think considering the talent that you can pick up at cheap prices, Winston has, since he's been benched, been playing much better football, as people have noticed. He isn't forcing throws as often. That's a good thing. That's resulting in fewer turnovers. You have top-tier talent in Evans and Humphreys in terms of DK. I think that a Buccaneer stack makes some logical sense to sort of go against the grain.
Are you going to tinker your lineup to have a Buccaneer stack now?
No, I have another stack that I'm using, which I also like, that I've been tinkering with.
Did you just say it was the Giants?
No, it's Atlanta right now.
Oh, Atlanta.
I don't mind Coleman.
Well, Judge Ito is on the injury report as well. So he's another, he's not a game time decision. He just was added to the injury
I think I would
report.
almost
He could be a surprise and active.
I'd almost rather, well, I guess if it's going to come down to the wire, that wouldn't be the worst thing in the world because people aren't going to be tinkering with their lineups except for Tim at 12:55. But I think I'd almost rather Ito play just so there isn't this groundswell.
How many people tinker.
That's probably true. I just really wanted to burn you.
That's fine.
I think if we find out Ito's not playing, there is going to be a mini groundswell to get Tevin Coleman into lineups. Where right now I think we're all just so blasé about him, as we should be. He's been not great.
Are you using any running back that's less than $5,000? Because I'm not.
Yes.
I've got a little Kenneth Dixon.
Some KD?
Yeah.
I'd rather just
The better KD.
I'd rather just pay up for a better running back and pay down for a receiver.
Yeah, I'm just having a real hard time navigating. There's value I like at receiver around 4,000. I don't really like anyone around 5,000.
Oh, see, I like the $5,000 guys.
I don't mind 5,000 up. I mean, like the 4,200 to 5,000 tier.
Hump Daddy. We just talked about him.
Yeah.
He's right there. Calvin Ridley's the one I like.
No, I love Ridley too.
And he's $5,000.
I have a lot of Calvin Ridley. But anything below that, I just seem to be finding myself in a lot of 4,900. I am not playing a Jaguars receiver.
Play Dede.
No.
My Washington Jags stack. That's how you.
I mean, look.
Hey, listen. Hey,
you want a 1% player.
In full disclosure, I bet the Redskins money line 3-1.
I like
So
their
you're
defense.
saying I should get the Sanchez in there.
Their defense isn't a bad play this week at all. It's just that's a really weird game that I have no idea. Like Tim always likes to talk about how teams have quit a lot.
Yes.
The Jags appeared at least 10 days ago like they had quit, especially playing defense.
Well, their quotes after the game, I think, who was it? I think it was Gibson even said, "Why would you want to watch us right now? Why were we on national television?" It's like, well, they make the schedule back when you were the almost AFC champions, but it doesn't seem like they want to be there.
Better play if Hilton is out. Foster, John Brown, Anthony Miller, or Isaiah McKenzie. Probably Foster, right?
Yeah, I would say Foster just because he has the upside. I know a lot of people like McKenzie this week.
I
don't
like
dislike.
McKenzie.
I don't dislike McKenzie. But I would think if you're just shooting for upside, I think Foster is the highest upside. But again, I have McKenzie in some lineups.
Well, if the running backs are actually truly hurt, they might get McKenzie more involved in the running.
I don't know if he's going to be more involved. I think when you're already like 4 to 5 jet sweeps per game, which I think is pretty set in stone, I don't think they can get you a higher.
I don't know if you know how the Bills play football. They'll do what they please.
I guess that's.
Which one would you take, Tim?
That's a good question.
Well, they're all good questions.
That's pretty dicey.
Not their questions.
I think I would take Foster.
You would take Foster? Sounds like you're really struggling over that.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not a spot I'm in, so I'm sort of thinking through what I would do, and I think I like Foster.
Do you have any interest in Pascal? If
Hilton sits, yeah, I think it'd be Inman then Pascal would be the two.
I don't mind Pascal.
In Mania.
Oh no, I think I'm all about.
Gonna get you?
You're all about what?
I want Mac if Hilton doesn't play. I think they'll have to lean on Mac.
I just think it's so. Look, I know the Ryan Kelly factor is important, but it's so difficult to run against Dallas. No team has really done it well in about.
They're going to be
weeks.
obliged to, I think, though.
There's a certain point when you run into a brick wall enough times, you just stop.
Oh
running
no!
into that
Ask the
brick wall.
Jets. They just kept giving it to Lesean McCoy.
One of those teams is coached by
over
Todd
and
Bowles.
over.
Well, hey, finally the offensive line was like, let's just push him forward, and it worked. Good for them.
Tim can't complain about the Bush push anymore because that was even worse.
Pretty bad.
It was awful. Again, why the NFL doesn't call that obvious penalty ever? It's annoying, but
because it's a fun play. It's one of the few NFL things they get right. They know people like it when the offensive line pushes a running back who's been stopped into the end zone. It's fun.
I don't. We lost a national championship because of that GD rule.
Meh.
I mean, you lost a game because of that. That wasn't the national championship.
It ruined everything.
I was wondering, Tim, watching that game with the Jets taking the lead late, because I know I was cheering for Houston because it was the worst thing that could happen for New England.
I knew I was cheering for Houston because I had Houston -6.5.
That was a
somehow they
greasy
went,
cover.
It was a real greasy cover.
Yeah. But were you cheering for the Jets to win that game knowing it would help New England?
Yes, I want my team to win every single time they play, without exception.
Doesn't sound like you're giving it all for the cause, Tim.
The only thing that matters to me is that our quarterback gets as many wins as possible, and our team play. I never want to see my team lose. It's the NFL. I only get 16 games a year. There's no luxury amount of games I can give away for a loss. I want every one of them.
Would you flex Dede Westbrook or Jordan Howard? I'd flex Dede.
I
like Dede this week.
In comparison to Jordan Howard,
I suppose.
I don't dislike Dede. I just there's a part of your soul you have to give away when you start really trusting Jacksonville wide receivers.
Would you play Derek Carr or Josh Allen? I would play Josh Allen.
I would play Josh Allen, but I don't dislike Derek Carr this week. Full disclosure, I'm playing Derek Carr in our semifinal keeper league.
Oh, in our league?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Well, I punted quarterback.
Like chances this week.
What's that?
I really like Garion's chances.
I'm up 39-0. Thanks, Tips.
So I really like your chances.
Who would you play, though, Tim? Instead of picking Garion's game in our fantasy league, what about the question in hand?
I would play Carr.
Okay. Morning, quick 2 versus 2. Would you go Dixon and Ravens or Coleman and Falcons? I would go neither.
Yeah.
You don't need to play those That sounds like a DraftKings question, so neither?
Don't play those defenses.
What defense should I play?
What's wrong with the Falcons defense? Arizona's given...
Yeah,
but they don't.
It's more the Coleman part of
over
that equation than the Falcons D part.
That's fine then.
And that's very clearly a DraftKings question.
Yeah.
So, no.
Look, I like I said, I don't mind Tevin Coleman this week, but
and you're playing Dixon, so you love this question. This is your team.
Yeah, but I wouldn't.
Is this your question?
But I wouldn't play either defense. I just think there's.
You wouldn't play either defense?
Nah, I don't.
You wouldn't play Ravens D?
Nah.
I wouldn't.
Tampa?
I wouldn't spend that kind of money this week.
I don't want to spend up. I think you just
Tampa
use
can
Buffalo.
score.
You can use
Tampa
Washington.
can score against anybody.
They're within 200 points or $200 of each other.
Sweet $200.
All right. Would you go Michelle or Samuels in standard? I'd go Samuels.
Oh, I'd take something Michelle.
Nah, I'd take Samuels.
Before, when Sonny Michel was getting every goal line touch and scoring all the touchdowns, it was fine. Now you have to watch out for James Devlin or Brady throwing to Edelman on the goal line.
Yeah.
That he's not set in stone to get those carries anymore.
If Burkhead got a goal line carry, it wouldn't shock me.
Burkhead.
Yeah.
Is this
Everyone
Burkhead
has
week?
because he's completely worthless.
He's really hurt James White.
Yeah, he doesn't have worth, but his value is ruining other people's value.
Would you go
Devlin is more
just
valuable.
like the white man.
Dougie B or Jordan Howard?
Dougie B.
Baldwin with a week off, rested against the Niners secondary, which can't stop anybody. I like him this week.
Doug Baldwin it is. Should I switch out Larry Fitz for Amari Cooper? I would.
Yes, you should.
Yes,
Yeah.
I would do that. If T.Y. Hilton is out, Westbrook or Anthony Miller? I go D.
Westbrook. Yeah.
Yeah, I would play Miller, actually.
Okay. Who should I flex? Corey Davis, Alshon, Diane Lewis, or Tevin Coleman? I'll go Corey. I'll go Davis.
We have seen Foles and Jeffrey have a very tight connection when those two have played. I expect good things from both of them tonight.
I would say Jeffrey just because I assume the Eagles will be playing from behind.
I would just play Corey Davis because I think he's a better play and in a better spot. Alshon hasn't done anything in years.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but he hasn't had Foles in several games.
Well then.
Yeah, that's the missing ingredient.
Josh Allen or Winston? I'll play Josh Allen.
Yeah, I'll play Josh Allen.
I'll play Winston.
Derrick Henry or Tevin Coleman? There, I think I would go Derrick Henry.
I would go Tevin Coleman.
Yeah, I would take Tevin Coleman.
Curtis Samuel, Corey Davis, or Tyler Boyd? I'll play Tyler Boyd.
Tyler Boyd.
I'll play Samuel there. Give me the running back.
Kenny Stills or Sony Michel?
It was Curtis Samuel, not Jalen
Oh,
Samuel.
I thought it was Jalen Samuel.
No, Curtis Samuel.
Oh, Curtis,
One of them is
there,
two people. They're Samuels.
Yeah, so you get dub points.
Yeah.
Then I would take Boyd. Sorry.
Stills or Sony Michel? I'll play Sony.
It's the
Agreed.
No Samuels Club. We're allowed one, Pat. Sorry, what was the question?
Stills or
Garion's
Sony
blue
Michel?
today, by the way.
Yeah, Garion's coming out firing.
I didn't know. Stills or who?
Sony Michel.
Yeah, Sony Michel.
Rocket Richard or Kenyon Drake?
Drake.
I'll take
Drake.
Drake. Kenneth Dixon or Curtis Samuel? I'll take Curtis Samuel there.
Yeah, I'll take Curtis Samuel.
Yeah.
Jordy, Zay Jones, or Isaiah McKenzie? I'll take Isaiah McKenzie.
I'll take
rather
Jordy.
like Zay Jones in this matchup.
I think it's a terrible matchup for Zay Jones.
I think every matchup is a good matchup.
It seemed
for
as
him.
soon as he moved to the outside, he was
dropping passes again.
well. I was
he
going to say
dropped 4 passes last week. He had 9 targets. So
yeah, that's true.
the way that I would think about it is the highest percentage chance that Darius Slay is on anyone, it's Zay Jones. Because Isaiah McKenzie's going to play the slot, meaning he's not going to see Darius Slay.
It's true.
It could be Robert Foster. It could be Zay Jones.
Yeah, we know
But
it's not
going to be
McKenzie.
McKenzie.
That's true.
So I'll take McKenzie. Hey, Pat! Full point PPR. Reynolds, Alshon, Curtis Samuel, or Marlon Mack? Take Curtis Samuel.
Mack.
Yeah, I'll take Samuel.
Okay. Curtis Samuel, Adrian Peterson, or Theo Riddick? I'll take Curtis Samuel.
Yep, I'll stick with Samuel.
Theo Riddick.
Finally, before we get into the games here, and because people haven't been smashing the like button enough. Dear Custy, I'm debating on whether or not I should get married overnight while I'm in Vegas. I've been with this girl for 6 months, and she might be preggo, but also might be the one. What do I do?
I think that if you're going to marry the lady, Las Vegas is about the worst and cheapest place to do so. If you want a relationship that's going to last, do not go see Elvis Presley at the Little Wedding Chapel and get married.
So does that mean you do it now that he's advocated to not do it?
That's a tough one. I mean, there is always the chance that she's the one.
And she might be
There
pregnant.
could be. Then if she is the one, she deserves better than a Elvis Presley officiated service.
There are other wedding services in Las Vegas.
Not in my mind, there is.
I assume.
Yeah, remember on Fresh Prince when Will almost got married in Vegas and they had the Shaft Wedding Chapel?
Yeah.
There you go. Go to that one.
I wonder if they're still in
Is
business.
it even possible to find the one for you if you do not go on Are You the One?
No.
'Cause then how are you going to know? You don't
Yeah,
have
that's
that
true.
machine that tells you that you're a perfect match with someone.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
How do you not know what Are You the One is?
Never heard of that.
He's a fake challenge fan.
Is it a television show?
No.
I mean, I'm not
it's
a
a life-
challenge
it's a
fan.
lifestyle.
I am known as someone who doesn't watch the show. So, like,
Which is crazy. I don't. You watch all sorts of.
I'm not
terrible
against
TV,
it, I just don't
and you
watch
don't
it.
watch the challenge. That's crazy.
okay. Well, I mean, I don't watch everything. I mean, listen, I watch a ton of good shows that you don't watch. And
Like
you
like
watch
the Good Doctor.
No, The Good Place. That is a fantastic show.
Yeah, but you also watch the Good Doctor, and you
I
still watch
think
Big
I've-
Bang Theory.
I've started watching this season because it's the last season again.
You had to get back in.
Wait,
I
you
knew
started
I
watching
wasn't-
The Big Bang Theory because it was the go-away season?
I checked out for the last
That's
couple
when they're
of
really
seasons.
bringing their fastball. Season 39.
Whatever. I wanted to come back for the last season.
God.
All right,
Any credit you got for liking The Good Place has been taken from you, sir.
I'm just gonna throw this out here. I find the Good Place is too soft.
I could see you not liking it. That's why I've never really pushed
Probably
for
the
it.
Too
smartest show on television right now.
It's
And
not.
that's saying
It's
something.
not a bad show. It does not possess the type of humor that I really enjoy.
Yeah, like you never really loved Parks either.
Parks
No, you
is fine.
liked Parks,
It's
but you
fine.
never loved Parks.
No.
Yeah, so it's okay. You don't have to like The Good
It wasn't
Place.
mean enough.
Yeah,
I need my comedy to be mean. Like if every show was like Veep, I would be fine.
Yeah, I miss 30 Rock
Yeah,
too.
well, I mean, mean is fine, but nihilistic is no good. So like, it's
But
a very fine line.
Well, would you say that? I mean, Veep is a pretty nihilistic show.
And there are moments where Veep is borderline unwatchable because of its nihilism. When it's just being cynical without being too nihilistic, it can be absolutely uproarious. But they cross the line sometimes too often. It loses its panache. At that point, you're like, you know what? This is just a cheap imitation of something else at that point. But when it's funny,
Tim is
it's
just
really
too,
throwing the
Tim is
fastball,
just
it's
too
great.
soft. You're just too soft.
No,
You're like
I'm
a
just
big marshmallow.
I appreciate nuance, which perhaps you don't as much.
I mean, I don't think that you do. Listen to the shows that you're watching.
I watch some of the smartest shows on television.
I mean, just because that guy pretends to be smart in Big Bang Theory does not make it a smart show.
Well, I didn't say that was a smart show. I think it's a funny show. I still think it is still a solid B+.
Wow. All right. Games. Arizona at Atlanta. Atlanta they got all the way up to 10 at one point. It's back down to 9.5. 44 is the over-under here. And this is the game that Tim is stacking. Are you bringing it back with anyone from the Arizona side of the ball?
Dear God, no. There's just no one to bring.
DJ, you could.
Yeah, I think DJ's a perfectly fine play.
No. I mean, what have I seen from
I'm
DJ
not
the last
playing
couple of
him,
weeks?
but
I don't see any reason to pay the money for DJ anymore. I'm going to be the person who doesn't own him when he goes off because I'm becoming more and more suspicious that he's just never going to go off.
Well, I mean, the argument is he hasn't had a week. I think he's averaged 12.9 DK points the last 4 weeks, but he's never had less than 19 touches in that span. So you just assume he's going to bring the volume, and Atlanta's terrible, terrible run defense and terrible, terrible pass game running back defense will supply the efficiency. I've got DJ in a couple lineups.
I don't. I'm not using him. Like Fournette is so close to there, and no one is taking Fournette. I'll just take Fournette.
Yeah,
Because he also gets a lot of volume, but they don't take him out near the goal line.
It's true. I still don't. That was a one-game aberration.
It was, but that was the only game they had a chance to score touchdowns.
Because Exploding Brain, they don't get into the goal line.
Just like the Dolphins.
Exactly.
So the money in this game is all on Atlanta. It's actually come down from earlier in the week. It was like 83% Atlanta. Now it's 71% Atlanta.
That still seems extreme.
It's a high teaser game, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, especially people playing like 10-point teases, that you're teasing them down to a pick 'em basically.
Yeah.
Listen, it's not that this is a complete no bet game for me. Like I don't want either side. I think on the pick 'em show I took Arizona because who cares?
It's just I would also take Arizona.
Like, do you feel good about minus 9.5, Tim, for Atlanta?
No, not really. But you could tease them down through a couple of key numbers, so they're probably a good teaser team. But at that number,
you can tease the Cardinals up through a lot of key numbers.
Yeah,
too,
you can. No, I mean, I think if you have faith in either of these teams, this game is not a bad teaser play. But I don't like the Falcons enough to lay close to double digits. But I certainly think if you're like in an eliminator pool, you probably haven't used Atlanta yet. Atlanta is the play.
Oh, amazing! If Allen runs for 100 yards today, he'll become the first Buffalo Bills rookie with 3 straight 100-plus yard rushing games since Marshawn Lynch in 2007.
That's impressive. It's
Good
impressive
for him.
stuff. Maybe I need to play some more Josh Allen teams so he can break records to own the libs.
I like Josh Allen. I don't care what anybody says.
Who's? No one's debating you right now.
Yeah, people love Josh Allen.
This is
He's
now.
fun.
No,
if
they
anything,
don't,
people love
though.
Josh Allen too much now.
No, see, that's the whole thing. People didn't like Josh Allen. Now that Josh Allen's like running around like a maniac, people are like, he's kind of fun.
Yeah.
I like him. I think the people who criticized him heavily without having seen him play a professional snap, should be ashamed of themselves, and they don't get to turn coach just because he's been playing well. They should be. Like they
Why?
basically declared his career over before he took a single snap.
That's their job. It's their job to have takes on players. You can't walk. You can't sit there on the NFL draft and
We'll
go, "Hey,
see.
hey, Pat, what do you think about this particular player?"
I'll let you know in 4 years.
Yeah, I think you have to wait till he plays a professional snap before I can give a
player
proper
that
opinion.
There's no way he could be good before you see a professional snap and he's drafted in the first round. You need to withhold your can't a little bit on that. I think it's irresponsible to talk like that.
If anything, the higher a player is drafted, the bigger the take you have to have on him.
I see it. Well, that's your position.
I hate take culture too, but I at least know that
That's
you
the
have
game.
to have
That
takes.
is the game.
That's how it works.
I do not hate take culture. I am a fan of take culture. But I think if you get it wrong, you have to take your lumps.
I like that you think that people should be ashamed about football takes. Who cares?
Well, ashamed in the
It's
sense that they
fucking
should
football.
they should accept that they were wrong and be humble about their wrongness.
No one's gonna do that. Listen, you're
I do
right.
it all
You're
the
wrong.
time.
You're wrong all the time, and then you try to like claim credit because you weren't all the way in on that take.
I would also say that if someone who said Josh Allen were to be bad came out already and said, okay, I've seen 7 games where he's still thrown about 2 interceptions per game, I'm ready to say I was completely wrong about this guy. No, you can still keep your take. Nothing
Yeah,
definitive's
everyone who said that
happened.
Josh Allen was going to be bad, he has been as bad as they thought in terms of what he's been doing. It's this running thing that came
Yeah.
out of nowhere that people are like, oh.
Fantasy people love him. That's really
That
the
does
sect
go a
we're
long way
talking
to helping
about.
your brand,
It
being
does.
good at fantasy.
Oh, yeah. Who is it who apologized this week?
Melvin Gordon.
Melvin Gordon. Like, yeah, people are going to love Melvin Gordon. They already liked Melvin
And
Gordon.
they hate Todd
That
Gurley
was-
because he takes knees on the water.
Yes.
That was very classy from Gordon. I'll give him that. He doesn't owe anything to any fantasy player, and he did it anyway. So that was nice.
It seems like his marketing agent got in his ear and was
Yeah.
just like, listen, you know what would really go over well if you apologized to fan. If they had lost the game, I don't think we would have gotten the fantasy apology.
Exactly. But I think a lot of it is marketing. I do think
Oh, is
that
Vance Joseph fired yet?
he should be.
Like, I haven't checked in the last 10 minutes.
It has not happened yet.
Now, Elway's the sort of guy, I don't think he fires somebody mid-season. He'll do it on December 31st.
Oh, real classy John Elway.
Is John Elway like a terrible executive?
He might be.
Like
I don't know.
he
He was the one who
he was
convinced-
able to get Peyton Manning to go there. That was great.
He also decided to draft Von Miller second. He also decided to draft Bradley Chubb. I don't know. He's won a Super Bowl as an executive. I would say that's better than
Man,
a
you like
lot of
just
other people.
giving out validations to draft picks after 14 games. Yeah, Bradley Chubb can't
He
miss.
seemed like he can play.
It does, but I mean, playing on a field with Von Miller does certainly help that.
Of course it does. I'm just saying I think Elway's been better than most. He won a Super Bowl.
You'd think his-
People win Super Bowls.
Yeah, you think
too.
his blind
I mean,
spot
he's been a
wouldn't
better
be
executive
quarterbacks,
than
but
the lauded. Anyway, whatever.
he's given a lot of money to bad quarterbacks.
I don't know. You didn't pay that much money to Case Keenum. That he got him relatively cheap, considering how much
I mean,
quarterbacks
that's-
like.
that's
he's
fair,
he's
but he's
comparing him to
also-
Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
Anyway, next game, Dallas and Indy. This is the big one. T.Y. Hilton, don't know if he's going to play or not. It's going to be a true game time decision. Like I mentioned, if he is active, I am playing him. Play him in my season-long lineup. I will play him in my DraftKings lineup. I think that he'll end up being like 2% owned.
Yeah.
Because no one wants to go through the hassle, and he might be an absolute disaster and score 0 points because he's so hurt he can't play. He might be active in name only. That's
Yeah.
a possibility.
I mean, I will say, I joked off the top that he's been injured every single week for the past 4 weeks, which he has. Like, this is a guy who hasn't practiced on a Wednesday, I think, since October.
Hey, practicing on a Wednesday.
Nobody
but-
gets that reference.
But I would much rather roster a receiver with a shoulder injury, especially like a fictitious shoulder injury. Ankle is tough because TY is so hinged on route running and speed. Like if there is a report, sort of like I would almost treat this like Diggs from a couple weeks ago. If we do get a report from field level that he's going to play, but he just doesn't look 100%, I think you can take that seriously.
Okay. So if let's say he's inactive, let's play that game. I ran a poll yesterday on the Twitters, and people seem to like Chester Rogers as the number one guy without T.Y. Hilton. Now, some people, I always enjoy that. The point of the poll is to try to figure out who the next guy up would be. And be like, why just play Eric Ebron? Like, yeah, thanks. Didn't realize that.
But also, I mean, there's really only so much volume that can go to Ebron. Like, he's already getting, I think, well, Indianapolis in general is already throwing their tight end like 30% of the time. That can't really get any higher. NFL average is like 21%. So, sure, maybe Ebron gets one more target than he would usually get, but we're already talking about someone who's got a full glass.
I don't want to play any of them. That's not the
Well, then
question.
don't.
That's not the question. No one's forcing
I know
you
it's
to
not the
play
question.
it.
Just don't answer the poll.
Yeah, like, why are you so mad about this?
I also made this a poll so you wouldn't actually tweet at me.
Yeah, you can just
You seem
vote
to
in
have
it.
forgotten the entire concept of this
People want to
thing.
be heard. It's the only thing that they want to do. They want to be heard. They want to be on the right side of history, Gary.
At Donald Trump.
Yeah. You're an idiot. Thanks. Appreciate it.
McCoy officially out.
Lesean Mccoy officially
Yes.
out? Any word on Ivory yet?
No.
Okay. So I like Inman the most than Zach Pascal. I think if you were to roll the dice on, like, we kept talking about these like $3,000 receivers. Pascal's 32, Inman's 38. I like Isaiah McKenzie better than both, who's down in that same range, but there's not a whole lot down there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I agree. I would have McKenzie over both of them. I think I like Pascal more. Maybe it's recency bias. He's just coming off a relatively good
Well,
game.
Inman hasn't played in weeks.
Yeah, I know. But even if he hadn't scored the touchdown, I don't know. I just think he's a big-bodied receiver. Inman's got that CFL stank on him.
You played in the CFL?
Oh, yeah. He's
Really?
like the Toronto Argonauts' top receiver for 2 years.
Really? I
Yeah.
did not realize that. I just assumed he was just on like the Chargers practice squad.
I mean, makes sense, too.
He would have been making more money.
That is true.
Do you have a take on which of the Colts receivers you could potentially play, Tim, if T.Y. sits?
I don't mind Inman. We've seen him somewhat a little bit involved with the offense, so I guess were I obliged, I would take Inman.
Michael Gallup? Is he one of the $3,000 guys you can take a chance on? Air Yards loves Michael Gallup.
You can take a shot.
Yeah, totally.
How about Cooper as the chalkiest player on DraftKings today? That feels like it's not going to work out well.
Yeah, I think I'm avoiding Cooper today. And this also is one of those situations where it's hard for a wide receiver and running back on the same team to simultaneously be chalk.
Untrue. It happened like they weren't chalky last week, but they both scored a lot last week. So people will have no problems playing Zeke and Cooper in the same lineup.
It's just hard to sort of circumnavigate your logic to be like, I think Cooper can have 30% of the target share today, but I also think Zeke's going to get 35 touches. It's a really, really thin narrative in terms of the spectrum. So I would just maybe rather I don't mind taking a shot with Gallup if you are in fact fading Cooper. I think those two things can go hand in hand, and you really boost your ceiling if you attack it that way.
51% of the money's in on the Indianapolis Colts. A lot of people are picking them, like putting their money down Colts -3, but a lot of people are just betting the Dallas money line. You still on Dallas?
Yeah, I mean, I think look at this game, and I think that Dallas is precisely the type of team Indianapolis doesn't want to play. Dallas is going to prevent Indy from running a ton of plays. Indy likes to play fast and play a ton of plays. I think they're going to have a lot of trouble doing that today. Dallas is the type of team that can sort of control things. On the offensive side, on the defensive side, they can just they can grind you with great pass rush. Luck when he got pass rushed by the Colts got shot, or by the Jaguars, got shut out. We have seen Luck struggle with some pass rush early in the year. Then he went through a stretch when he get touched. Now later in the year, he's struggling a little bit with it. So yeah, I think Dallas is a better team. Vegas is saying that these two teams are equal. I think that's risable. I think Dallas is pretty clearly better. So there's value on the Cowboys.
With Ryan Kelly back, like I mentioned, Luck should have better protection because when the stretch went when Luck wasn't getting sacked, that went all the way up until Ryan Kelly got hurt, and then all of a sudden he was getting sacked again. Now that he's back, I don't know if he's going to be 100%, but at least he'll be in there.
Yeah.
So
No,
that's
good.
good news.
It's good.
I still like the Colts in this game. I find Dallas is a lot like Houston, but with a better running back.
That's a good way to look at it.
Like they play a very similar type
Very
of game.
concentrated passing game.
Concentrated passing game.
Lean
They
on the
want
running
they
game.
want to run.
Yep.
And when they can run, they're very, very successful.
Great pass rush, but the secondary it's got its bright points, but it's not great.
I mean, 1/3 of the field is taken away when you play Dallas.
Yeah.
But the other 2/3 of the field are quite open, as we found out. Next game.
Indy's just a hard team to predict.
Yeah, they're gonna throw a lot of volume at you. So if you do play good D that day, when was the last time Dallas fell behind in a game, like badly? Like they got down by 10.
That's a good question.
I feel like
That Atlanta game? No, I guess they were winning that.
I can't remember I think it was the Tennessee game.
Yeah, they've been in positive scripts pretty much.
I feel like when
They got up early in the Tennessee game.
Yeah, but then
did they? Oh yeah,
They did. They scored. They
But
dominated the
then
first quarter. Of
then
that
they
one.
got down.
Yeah.
I just don't know how great if the Colts somehow got up like 10-0 in this game.
How they would react
I don't,
to that?
Yeah, I don't know how Dallas would react. They're a pretty front-running team, and all of their strength, which is good. Like when you're a front-running team and you're good, that's exactly how you want to play football.
Yeah.
But it's almost like the Bears. Like if the Bears get down 10-0, you're like, oh, this isn't good.
Yeah.
I guess the last time they were really, really down was against Washington, and they had that sort of furious comeback late and almost tied the game.
When was that?
Week 7, week 8, 21st of October. That's the week where Garrett played for overtime and they missed the shortest field goal to tie.
That's right. Next game, Detroit and Buffalo. Bills are -2.5. I still like the -2.5 here.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Andy Jones, we doing it? Andy?
I don't think so.
He played the second most snaps of any receiver on Detroit last week. I don't know if that means anything, but you would expect Tre'Davious White to be on Kenny Golladay.
Sure. I mean, this could again be a Bruce Ellington situation, but
Ellington's out.
yeah, I know, but I mean, he could fill that Bruce Ellington role.
That's what he did last
But
week.
as we've seen,
Not super valuable.
yeah, it's
You have to hope he catches a touchdown.
Yeah, I just think, I mean, you talked about Jacksonville quitting. I don't even know if the Lions have quit, but they just might not be any good, and it looks like they've quit.
Well, the Bills aren't great either, so there's that.
Yeah, but they try. At the very least, I think the Bills are a team that are definitely going to give it their all.
They do, in fact, potentially try too hard.
That could very much be the case.
Like Josh Allen, throw the ball away, man.
Yeah.
No biggie. Just throw it away. You get the next
Yeah,
play.
you got to throw it across your body 50 yards. Nothing can go wrong.
He can do it.
If I throw it as hard as I can, either no one's going to catch it or Robert Foster will catch it. Wrong.
Hopefully today it's Isaiah McKenzie. But like, who can you actually play fantasy-wise from this game? You're probably forced to play Galladay, but it's not great.
You play both Ds. You probably have to play Galladay.
And
Josh
Foster
Allen.
and McKenzie?
Foster McKenzie, yeah.
Yeah, that would be the long and the short of it.
Week 15. Here we are. Packers and Chicago. This line is down to 5. I think there's a lot of money coming in on the Pack. I liked the Pack earlier in the week. I think it was 6. Still like them a little bit here at +5. I just think they can win this game.
Sure. This would be on brand, I think, for the Packers and the Bears.
Yeah. Like the Packers.
Historically, Rodgers has a great record at Soldier Field. Like these are games he does not lose.
And Randall Cobb is someone who generally eats up the Bears as well. I have no feel for Randall. I have no feel for anyone in that offense right now outside of Devontae Adams.
Yeah, and that's the thing. If Adams didn't command such a high volume share of this offense, I might be willing to take a couple chances with Cobb just because with Callahan out, I mean, he was just maybe the best slot corner in football this season, and losing him is going to be a massive blow to that defense. But there's still a chance that Cobb, I don't think he's going to play more than like 75-80% of the snaps.
That'd be good enough.
Which is it's fine, but you're already starting to detract from what's already not necessarily the highest floor in the world. And I don't even know if it's the highest ceiling because again, when push comes to shove in the red zone, it's probably Devontae Adams first, Aaron Jones second, maybe even Jimmy Graham third, and then Randall Cobb.
Whatever happened to his broken thumb?
It's still broken. They just put in like a cast or something.
Is that why he can't catch? Is that his new excuse?
Sure. That's his excuse.
Bears side, is there a receiver that you prefer, Tim?
Robinson. I think it's almost always Robinson.
But you see, I agree with you that when it comes to like who you actually play, Allen Robinson is usually the one because he's the better one. But when we look back at like game logs and who actually produce fantasy points, it's actually rarely ever Allen Robinson.
Oh, I know. I get it that it's a dangerous game, but week after week, I just think Robinson is the more skilled player of the bunch, and so he's going to get opportunities and snaps. So I'm just going to go with him.
I play Cohen for sure. Jordan Howard, not so much.
Cohen's looking pretty good these days.
He's not bad.
Got him pretty cheap in our keeper league.
You did. You got him for Devin Funchess. Well, I was making my playoff push. I got in, but Devin Funchess let me down. Where do you think he ends up next year? Jets?
Just assign him to the Jets.
I'm assigning
like
every crappy
agent?
free agent to the Jets.
You mentioned Chris Hogan, and I actually kind of got excited about that.
Why?
I think if you took him out of New England, where he's just like the 7th option, to the Jets, where he could be like the 2nd or 3rd option, and he'd be upset about having left New England, I think he could be useful.
If anything has been proven true time after time after time, it's that the Patriots get the most out of these players. And sure, am I saying that he doesn't deserve to have a roster spot in the NFL next season? No. Do I think he's going to be some amazing number 2 receiver for a successful team? No, I don't. Chris Hogan's been cut like 4 different times. He's fine. Pay him all the money, Tim.
Well, there's only so much money left after we get a couple other big free agents. But
after they signed Devin Funchess and Tyrell Williams.
I actually don't hate Tyrell Williams. So
he loves them all. Loves every free agent.
We need as many receivers as we can get.
Sign every 3rd receiver to be our number 1.
Well,
that's pretty much what the Rams did, and it worked for them.
The Rams have Brandon Cooks and then drafted Cooper Kupp in the 2nd round.
They got Brandon Cooks this year, but when they started getting good, it was because of Robert Woods, for example, becoming, that people mocked that draft signing. Robert Woods tended to happen to be a great
Robert
sign.
Woods is only an Olympic level athlete. I feel like he's got the edge on.
You're thinking of Marquise Goodwin.
Oh yeah, I am thinking Marquise Goodwin. That's true. Stupid Bills receivers.
They're all great when they leave, except for Sammy Watkins, who's just not good.
Yeah,
and maybe Calvin Benjamin. But
now they can be friends.
They can be pals,
great,
Bills pals. The curse is starting to hit Kansas City pretty hard.
I'm not too worried.
That's good. He's not worried yet. Next game, we got Oakland and Cincinnati. The Tim Andacust Bowl, his 2 favorite teams. Cincinnati, 3-point favorites. I really like Cincinnati in this game, like a lot. West Coast team coming east for a 1 o'clock game. That's never a good thing. Playing, I assume it's cold and colder than it would be in Oakland.
Probably, yeah.
And you got Driscoll. He's great. He's the best. Everyone loves him.
I'm not betting this
Touchdown I
game.
took away from him last week.
What?
Yeah, that was a weird one.
That's such a terrible rule. I hope that doesn't come up in the playoffs.
People are
Guys
betting.
head forwards are declared dead.
People are betting the over, and they're pretty torn. People are picking the Raiders against the spread.
That's the thing. I just, maybe you could convince me to take the over in this game, but we are at a point where I understand we want to bet, and I understand it's a game on the slate, but really ask yourself what you know about these two teams definitively. They're essentially the AAA level of football. These are two NFL Europa teams taking on each other in Week 15. From a fantasy perspective, it's kind of fun. Like, I think there's value to be had here, but
It's a hard game to stack because who's going to get, like, I would get on, you could play Carr, but, like, who do you actually play with him?
Aitman.
probably Cook.
Ugh, that sounds horrible.
I
Wrong with
but
Aitman.
look at
You love Aitman.
Aitman's fine, but, like, I don't think he's a guy that I want to part as a game stack.
that's why it's
Well,
Cook.
you asked who would I stack him with. I mean, I think you have very few options.
It's Cook or it's Jordy. And I would rather stack with Cook because at this point, I'm not really looking to save at tight end because there's not a whole lot down there.
You paid for Brait.
You
Brait's a good
you
play.
could do Brait. You could do Vernon Davis if you really wanted to.
You
but
could do Ferkster.
Yeah, I don't really want to do Ferkster.
I'm paying up for tight end.
Yeah, I think I'm.
So
paying
is
up for
everyone.
tight end tonight.
The top three most tagged tight ends of the week are Gronk, Ebron, and Kittle.
So just take Cook.
Or just take someone better than Cook, who's terrible. You're
only- look-
going to have a whole lot of fun with Cook when we're watching these
Look.
games, Gary. You know what he's going to do?
Probably nothing.
Nothing.
But he only has 2 levels. He has nothing or everything.
Just play Vernon Davis. then.
He's the perfect GPP play.
Just play Vernon Davis.
Nah.
Vernon Davis.
Save
is
yourself
so
the
good.
money. Why? If you're going to pay up for Jared Cook, why just pay up more for a good tight end?
Because I'm in some lineups, I've got Derek Carr quarterback. Look, I'm
Vernon
not playing.
Davis
I'm not
is
playing
so
Jared
good.
Cook on an island. But if I have Derek Carr, I'm pairing him with Jared Cook.
Vernon Davis could be a really good play today.
You're just trying to Tim is trying to use the curse on Vernon Davis.
I'm doing no such thing.
That's
I'm
exactly
just
what you're
keeping
doing.
my mind.
Can you imagine when he scores 2 touchdowns today? How rattled you're going to
Yeah.
be?
So what does he need to? I guess he's still winning. Your
No,
bet, is
he's
he
now
not?
losing to Jordan Leggett for the
Leggett's got like a catch every week for like the last 5
So
weeks. Like,
what is-
I don't believe he had a catch yesterday.
Yes, he did.
Oh, did he? What was it for? How many
1
yards?
catch for 8 yards.
It's a very Jordan Leggett game. So he needs what, like 18 points?
I'd say he needs like 22 points. I think that.
Completely doable.
Let's see. What's Jordan Leggett at for the year? So if people don't know, the bet is I bet that the best. I told Tim to pick I would get a backup tight end on a team, and that player would outscore Jordan Leggett, who Tim hyped as a fantasy sleeper this year. So Jordan Leggett has, if you took his entire season, he has one like capable game. 12 catches,
Correct.
98 yards, and a touchdown. 2 touchdowns can trump that. The 12 catches is going to be the hard part.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have made it PPR. Should have made it standard.
I don't know if I would have taken the bet then.
You were hyping him as a fantasy sleeper, and I picked a backup tight end, and the bet
One
was
game.
his best game will outscore this guy's entire season. You don't know if you would have taken that bet.
I said I don't know. Maybe I would have, but I can't go back and pretend to know what I would have done.
I mean, that would be so cowardly if you wouldn't make that bet with me.
I'm just really hoping that Jacksonville finds a way to shut down VD, but I've got my concerns.
See, yeah, he's so pathetic. He has to use the curse now to try to hurt poor Vernon Davis. I thought you liked Vernon Davis.
Vernon Davis has
Vern!
been an original staple of my fantasy career. I used to own Vernon Davis every single year. He was a part of my multiple-time championship team. I
You
love
should
Vernon
really
Davis.
give him credit for surviving the curse that long and carving out a nice.
Well,
NFL
he went
career
away
himself.
for a decade after being on Tim's team, and now he's
Yeah, but he
back.
still made the money.
He's back.
It's fine.
And going to score 2 touchdowns today, hopefully. What's the next game we have here? Oh, we didn't even talk about Miami, Minnesota. Minnesota kills them, right? Dolphins on the road.
I don't know if it.
1-5 on the road so far this year.
They've been able to weasel their way and stay into games. Look, I think Minnesota wins this game. I think Dalvin Cook is probably going to be a very popular play this week.
Yeah, I'm not playing him.
Um,
Like, if you could play Dalvin Cook, Joe Mixon's right there. You can play Joe Mixon.
yeah.
Who's better?
I don't know if he's better.
He's better. He's a better fantasy player. He scores more fantasy points. That helps.
Yeah, it's a start. But yeah, you just play your Vikings. You play who you normally play. They're all viable.
Could you use Kyle Rudolph, Tim?
No.
No, I don't think so. I just haven't seen enough out of him to be confident. I mean, I don't even think the Vikings are going to win the game. So I think that I don't really want any part of the Vikings right now.
Wow,
I think
that shocks me. It shocks me that you would pick the Dolphins in December against Kirk Cousins. How could I have possibly seen that coming?
Well, to be fair, as a rule, you should pick almost any team against Kirk Cousins in December because he doesn't play well, as he didn't last week again, and hasn't for many months. So what do you want? What do you want from me? Like, the Vikings team is in turmoil. They have a brand new offensive coordinator. They're going to be a quote unquote run heavy team. Who knows what that's even going to look like? I don't know how a person could line up and lay over a touchdown with a Vikings team right now, coming off a short week and looking bad against the Dolphins team that's full of sort of verve and imbued with a sense of success. Like, I don't see it. I don't understand it. I think the Dolphins. That's why the Dolphins are my super lock this week. I just think they take care of business. If they lose in like overtime or something.
To be fair, I don't hate them as a bet. Are the Vikings still
7.5?
Okay, I was gonna say they were 8 when I saw it. Yeah, I'd still take the Dolphins -7 or +7.5, but I'm not looking to bet Dolphins money line. I'll say that.
People like the Dolphins this week. The money coming in on the Dolphins. Road Dolphins.
I get the theory. I
You
mean,
know what I
anytime
like?
a team fires
You know
an
who you
offensive
can play?
coordinator,
Vikings D.
yeah,
There's
sure.
a play.
You could definitely.
The
play
Dolphins are
Vikings
1-5 on the road, but they really should be 3-3. They gave away games.
They were on the right side of some of those losses.
No, but they had games against Indy and Cincinnati where weird stuff had to happen for them not to.
Like them being
So-
terrible. That's what happened.
No,
Yeah. Well,
That's what happened against Cincinnati. That they're terrible, and they threw
there was
two
a
pick sixes.
fluke ball that got deflected that went back for a touchdown. Like, you can't anticipate those things.
yeah, but they also gained like 6 yards of total offense in the entire fourth quarter. Like,
They went into a shell.
they're
They did against
they're the
Colts.
only team this season to lose twice while leading by double-digit points in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, it's disturbing. This team should probably be leading their division. And
But
they're not.
again, that's why I don't hate taking them with the points. Do I ever trust the Dolphins to win a game? No.
Okay. Tampa and Baltimore. Lamar Jackson. I would try to not play any of the running backs on Baltimore if I could. Because I don't know.
Not even Gus Bus?
Gus Bus, I still think is the better play.
Yeah, but you can't really trust them to do
I have him
anything.
at 26, I think, in the running back rankings.
But
Like,
he's so cheap on DK.
Yeah, but he's only going to get like 13 carries.
You need
and
the
carries is the key word
Yeah,
because he's
no
not going to get a
catches
target.
and no touchdowns. Like, that's tough. Like, he's now getting Frank Gore volume, which is not good.
Now you're speaking my language.
Exactly. So you're probably using Gus Bus this week.
The moment I have him in at my flex, but
If you can get him into the end zone, then he's probably going to have a good day. It's just he doesn't carry the ball inside the 5, and Lamar Jackson steals his touchdowns, or Kenneth Dixon steals his touchdowns.
maybe I think a lot of points are going to get scored in this game.
If that's the case, then you should play all the Tampa receiving options. Because if
I'm
you
strongly
really do,
considering it.
if you do think that you should just be doing it, you shouldn't consider it. If you think there's going to be a lot of points in this game, no one is using the Tampa Bay offense. Use the Tampa Bay offense and put that lineup in the Millionaire Maker.
Yeah, I mean, that's a fair point because, I mean, it is a spot where it is like a classic. I hate to use the word contrarian because it's overused. It's a classic, against the grain play because you've got top tier talent levels that aren't going to be played and are pretty cheap. So you can certainly make that case.
I like how, like, 3 weeks ago, Tim said that Jameis Winston was unplayable as a DraftKings quarterback, and now he's in on him the 1 week he's
Only
playing
because
Baltimore.
I've seen Jameis change in a way I didn't anticipate. I have to give him that. Jameis has played far more disciplined football.
This is great news for the
since he's come
Ravens
back.
D, by the way. You might want to move on to the Ravens D.
Want to
here.
get off my stance of not playing Ravens D?
Ravens are -9 in this game now. 8.5, 9, depending on where you're looking. 76% of the money is still on them. The spread money is about 60-40, though. So
Yeah.
I have Tampa in this game to cover the spread. I just don't think Baltimore's going to blow them out.
Yeah, I have a hard time believing
24.
Baltimore.
17,
Yeah,
that sort of thing.
there's backdoor cover is very much in play here. It's hard to trust a team that moves as slowly as Baltimore does. And generally, like, look, it's not like Baltimore is this amazingly efficient team in the red zone either. Like,
They kick a lot of field goals.
if they take 7 minutes per offensive drive and only get field goals, 9.5 is a big number.
Maybe I'll play a Tampa stack.
No, don't.
I can hear you clicking buttons. Are you changing your lineup as we speak?
I'm tinkering because I got guys in here that I don't particularly like, but I feel like I got to play them.
I got guys.
I got guys on this terrible slate.
Like, I feel like Gronk is a must play, and yet I don't want to play him. It's so annoying.
How does that even make sense? How is he a must play, but you're not playing?
Because it's the Patriots are in a
Well, it doesn't sound like he's very much of a must play then, is he?
The do or die game, and he is the guy they go to in every big spot in the games that they've got to have. And so, like, it seems like a classic spot. He's going to score a ton of points.
Now, look, I know that Tim declared the Patriots dead on the show this week.
No, I said they were a die game.
No, you said you called them, quote, a dead team. And now they're in a must-win situation this week.
Well, they are with the Texans.
I don't believe this is considered a must-win game. I don't think their season is over if they lose this game.
If they don't get a first-round bye, their season is essentially over.
It's over, Garion. They can't win. It'd be impossible. They're dead. We're at the time of year. Like he said, I can't play Kirk Cousins in December because he's been so terrible. Tim's terrible Patriot takes resurface. It's the same take.
I was going to say, this feels like
December.
Every year of the last 6 years of my life.
Somehow the Patriots have done so little this year that Tim is just very ready to just jump back on and pile on again. Now, I would like to see them lose. That would be great. But come on.
Yeah, I'm not crossing them off.
Yeah.
At 9-4.
No, but I don't
Tim's
think they can win 2 those playoff games for the Super Bowl. I don't think
they can't do it. They can't win a playoff game.
Look, is it harder to win 2 playoff games to get to the AFC Championship than 1? Yes.
No, they have to win 3 games.
Well, I said to get to the AFC Championship game.
Oh yeah, I just don't see it happening.
I think I can very much see it happening. I've seen it happen 7.
They can't beat anybody on the road. They're a terrible.
They can't do it.
They still might get home field advantage. They could still get the number 1 seed.
I think that is becoming unlikely at this point.
If anything, it
could happen.
Much more likely on Thursday.
No, the Chargers have the inside straight on them now.
Okay, but it's still more likely because if the Chiefs had won, they would have basically locked that up.
Okay, it went from
that was what the Patriots needed to happen.
Sure. Okay, sure. Went from a 90% chance they wouldn't get it to an 85% chance they wouldn't get it. Okay.
Who? The Chiefs? The Chiefs are only 70% to win the division now.
Yeah, but the Chargers.
Yeah, but if the Chargers take the division, they could also get the number 1 seed. But
they have a few loss. Yeah.
That was the
series
of events.
You really think the Chargers are going to win out?
No,
Come on now. They're going to lose to Baltimore next week.
Yeah.
After like Baltimore loses to Tampa this week somehow. Tennessee and the Giants.
Yay!
No Odell.
Wind and rain. Lots of wind, lots of rain, apparently.
So lots of Barkley.
Yeah, Shepard, probably.
Lots of Barkley and Shepard.
Which Shepard?
Sterling, Shepard.
Davis.
Yeah.
Is that it? Ferkster? Maybe a lot of short Ferkster passes this week.
I don't dislike Ferkster. I just like...
I have a lineup with Zeke and Barkley in it.
So it has Ferkster in it.
It does not have Ferkster in it. No.
I mean, Mariota is only 5,100. That's a reasonable price against a Giants defense, which is far from like.
Well, if you just said there's a bunch of wind.
Yeah, I mean, every quarterback that we've talked about is super cheap this week. All the quarterbacks are super cheap except for like 2 of them.
Well,
like why would saving the $500 even going from someone like Dak to Mariota? Like you mentioned Carr. Like I like Carr more than I like Mariota, and they're like the same price. Like how do you end up at how much more?
$300 more.
Yeah, that's nothing.
Yeah.
Most of my lineups have at least like 400 on the table to begin with.
There's no scenario.
Well, I live that plus EV life where I don't leave a dime on the table.
You don't leave, so you wouldn't even leave $100.
He also doesn't understand what plus EV means.
I will not leave
I
won't leave a cent on the table. No, I hate it. Drives me crazy.
Oh.
He's not going to like golf season very much.
I'm trying to think of mental midget. If Jeff Feinberg was here, you would be what he would describe as a mental midget.
Oh, well, Jeff yells at me all the time, and we take it with gentle good humor. That's fine.
Jeff is very concerned. He's been letting me know that he's like, Pat, you might want to calm down on like your Sam Darnold hate because like these takes aren't going to look very good in 2 years.
I saw his tweet. He's in on Sam Darnold.
He is. He's very in on Sam Darnold, just like Tim is. And I tried to explain to Jeff, I was like, I appreciate you looking out for me. It's what a good friend does, but like I don't think it really matters.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's going to pull up takes you had about Sam Darnold and really shove them back in your face.
Unlike Tim, I'm not wishy-washy. My takes are not going to change. Sam Darnold can win the MVP, and I'm still going to give it to Tim.
And like you said, you're lucky that I don't know how to use technology enough to do a supercut of all the things you've said.
But I'm still right, by the way, that Sam Darnold is the Achilles Smith of our generation.
2 good games do not a quarterback.
Oh, his great game last night when he threw 250 yards and lost? Yeah, he's fucking fantastic.
I am not.
Tim was so happy. He made a pass to an open receiver, and Tim like lost it. He was just like, oh my God, the best pass, maybe by the best quarterback ever.
Yeah, to quote something Jeff said to me last night, and he was 100% right. It's like Darnold is 2 years younger than Mayfield. 2020 Darnold will be so much better than 2018 Mayfield that it's not even funny. Like, at this point, Christopher Harris said this last time on Twitter too. The best quarterback who played last night was Darnold, and it wasn't particularly close. And so it is.
Tim didn't know who Christopher Harris was until last
Yes,
night, but he searches Sam Darnold like on Twitter to find like positive takes. The best point I've heard made about Tim as it pertains to Sam Darnold, he gets all of the credit for good things that he does and none of the downside for bad things that he does. Tim passes the buck onto someone else. Well, the pass with Robbie Anderson, he dropped it. It wasn't thrown 4 feet over his head. Just Robbie Anderson dropped it. That's the way that we're looking at it. Sam Darnold is behind, a very average pass blocking offensive line, but he gets no time. He's back there and people are constantly in his face and he has to make bad decisions because he has no time, which
5 drops last night.
Statistically is not the case whatsoever. It's just one of these things where it's always buck passing. So maybe it would be more reasonable if you actually, had a little bit of downside in there too, Tim. If he does something wrong, say he does something wrong. Now, he's the greatest. He hit an open receiver, Garion. Congratulations, you play in the NFL.
He didn't play perfectly, but he's throwing the ball away now instead of forcing it, which I like to see. Like he's learning, which is all I can hope for. Is he as good as someone like Mahomes? No, I don't think he's ever going to be as good as Mahomes.
Is he as good as Josh Allen? No. Is he as good as Achilles Smith?
Yes.
Maybe. We'll see.
Better than I think.
The jury is out on whether he's better than Achilles Smith or not.
But if you were a betting person, you would say that he's almost certainly the best quarterback of this group that came in if he stays healthy. That's all.
I don't think anyone is saying that.
Okay, look, I'm pretty impartial to this. I couldn't give two craps in either direction if Sam Darnold's good or not. I guess as a Dolphins fan, I would prefer if he's not. But I don't care. Like Sam Darnold versus Josh Allen, these twin stars that cannot be burnt out.
Are you saying that they're not worrying you for the
not
next
really.
decade?
Not losing sleep over either of these two gentlemen.
Well, you have a solid rock steady quarterback already in Miami. So you
not
don't
much
have
longer. Not much
we'll
longer.
See.
No, like you're right. He's young. It's fine. He's looked better the last 2 weeks. That's great. Yeah, he was the number 3 overall pick in a draft. This is the bare minimum of what you should be expecting him to do.
Particularly the youngest quarterback to ever start in NFL history. I will say that he's doing quite well.
Okay, sure, he's doing fine. I don't care.
He's kind of shitty. Like when you go look at his numbers, he's shitty.
I think it's really
he's a bottom five. He's like a bottom 5 quarterback in the NFL right now. He could be
literally
better.
Half of a glass of water. You could see it either way, and I would be like, yeah, I understand all the points you're making. He's been very run of the mill average, and it's fine.
Now here, you want a quarterback who's actually good. In one of my lineups that I'm running out here, stacked with Vernon Davis, Garion. Washington at Jacksonville.
Who?
I've got the Washington money line. I like the +7.5.
I don't hate a Washington stack here at all. If you believe in them, I don't hate it at all.
Josh Johnson and Vernon Davis, bring it back with some Leo Fournette. Baby, you got $1 million in your pocket.
I actually don't. I mean, I know you guys are laughing. I actually don't.
Look, it's not
game total 36.5, Garion.
It's not crazy to like Davis. It's not crazy to like Fournette. I think stacking Washington is probably a mistake.
Josh Johnson's $4,300.
Yeah, but like you said,
it's a rushing touchdown away from having a great game.
Sure.
Yeah.
But do you really need to save that much at quarterback?
He's making that change.
It
was the lineup that I talked about getting like the 2 high-end running backs in. That's how you do it.
sure.
That's how you unlock it without having to take like 2 tight ends.
That is the scenario where
you gotta have players at 5:00. That's the problem here.
I mean, everyone is stacking the same game, and that game is in the late games.
Yeah. I would say probably have a piece of New England-Pittsburgh, Tim. I don't want you to win the contest that we're playing against each other in, but probably have a piece of that game.
Jacksonville, Fournette, the defense, and Dede. Washington, Vernon Davis, the defense, and Josh Johnson if you want to save all the money.
Yeah. There's probably a scenario where in a season-long league where you might have to play Peterson. But even then, if you've been riding Peterson the last couple of weeks, you're probably not that far.
Would you play Thompson? What's percent chance Thompson has a better DraftKings week or just even a season-long week in a PPR than Adrian Peterson? Like 45%?
In PPR, yeah, I was going to say like 45%. But that's a pretty low bar.
Yes.
So he could still even just be like
he'd score 7 points. And,
5 catches, 27 yards.
That's like what he did last week when he outscored Peterson. Seattle and San Francisco. It does look like Breda's going to play. Is he and Rashad Penny is not playing. for the Seahawks. Is Chris Carson going to catch a pass this
No.
week? Because if he does, he could be a good play.
Here's the thing.
He's a cheap running back that you could play.
This is where
Would you play Breda?
No. This is where I stand with the entirety of Seattle that's not Russell Wilson. I don't mind playing...
Lock it.
Well, here. I don't mind playing Russell Wilson
TJ Duckett.
on an island. He's expensive. He's incredibly expensive. TJ Duckett. Wow. Every single skill position player on the Seahawks, their price jumped like $700 to $900 this week because they're playing San Fran. And I get it, but this is not a high volume offense. This is not an offense that can really be stacked necessarily. We talked about this with Carson. Carson's going to get you 13 DK points. That's pretty set in stone.
It's not good enough.
It's just not
What's
good
the
enough.
total at in this game right now?
Probably like 48, something like that.
44.5.
Wow. See, that I love the under there.
I mean, Seattle hit the over themselves in this game when they played 2 weeks ago.
Nah, they would have
Fair
missed by
enough,
half a point.
but
They would have missed by half a point.
Yeah.
People like this line's down to 3.5. People really like San Francisco in this game.
But that's and I wouldn't like San Francisco, but again, I don't like Seattle's offense nearly enough to start paying up over $1,000 at each position just because 2 weeks ago Russell Wilson set an NFL record for most touchdown passes on least amount of throws. Like that's just not a sustainable way to look at this. So yeah, I'm not playing Lockett. I'm not playing Carson.
I play Lockett.
I just can't do it.
No. Okay, I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, sure.
On
season long,
yeah.
yes, you're playing Tyler Lockett. I should make that clear. You're right. But DraftKings, no, I'm not.
Are you going to play Pettis?
No, I just think there's value elsewhere. Like Pettis is still 4-4, right?
Mm-hmm. He's going to be very chalky. Sterling Shepard's going to be pretty chalky.
I'd rather play
those
Robert
are the
Foster,
two pay down receivers that people are paying for.
Yeah, I think I'd rather
Isaiah
just play like Foster,
McKenzie.
McKenzie. Yeah.
Isaiah McKenzie. Andy Jones. Andy.
Not going to play Andy Jones.
Last game of the main
Andy
slate.
Jones sounds like he was the manager of the Monkeys.
He may have been.
Yeah.
Tim, who was the manager of the Monkeys?
Well, Davy Jones was a member of the of the Monkeys, so maybe that's what you're thinking.
Oh, okay. It just sounded like a guy who would be involved in the Monkeys somehow.
If we were to
David-
assign DraftKings prices to the Monkeys, now would Peter Naismith and Peter Naismith's hat be two separate players?
Yeah, of course. Marge's lunchbox would also be really high on that list.
They were about rebellion.
Play their own music.
Steelers and
I don't know.
Patriots.
Peter Tork is underrated.
I don't think
That's a great name.
I don't think anyone has that take. Yeah, Patriots at Steelers, 2.5, 54 is the over-under. This is the game that everyone's stacking.
Yeah.
Could you make a case to not really attack this game? Because I have a lot of lineups where I have Juju. He's my preferred play, but I didn't really go overweight on him because he's going to be so popular. Jalen Samuels is really the only one I'm going after in this game, unless I'm playing a game stack.
Yeah.
I find it like if you're only going to play certain pieces of this game, I find it very difficult to figure out who the guy is to play, regardless, because 54 is the game total. So a lot of guys could do really well here. But Tim, would you play Brown or would you play Juju?
I would play Brown because I think the world is going to be on Juju.
That's a very sensible, reasonable take. That's not what I expected. But a lot of people are playing like Vance McDonald. Like I get it if you're stacking this game that you would play Vance McDonald.
Yeah.
But if you're just by yourself and playing other games, why would you play Vance McDonald?
Yeah, it's not the piece of this game that you want if you're just going to play it on an island.
Like James White is a sneaky piece of this game because no one's using him.
Yeah. I don't know.
Like on the Patriots side of the ball, there are so many potential scoring options that what if Devlin scores 2 touchdowns here? You're kind of fucked.
Sure.
Then Brady's no good. Then the receivers aren't scoring touchdowns.
I think there's a certain level.
With White because he can still get a ton of catches.
He could, but he's getting fewer and fewer every single week now that Sex Rex has been back. He's too sexy. He's like Antonio Banderas. You can't keep him off the field. He's too sexy.
I think there's a level of safety with Edelman just in how we've seen slot receivers just carve up the Steelers.
Edelman and Gronk should be the 2 preferred plays here, along with Brady. Like that's a really reasonable and good stack.
Yeah.
You could bring that back with Samuels and even Juju or Brown if you wanted to.
Like that.
But so many people.
Sure.
Like I'm only playing 4 lineups this week. Maybe I'll go up to 5 depending on when I see what the overlay is here in the other games. But like, if I'm only going to play that few of lineups, either all 5 of my lineups need to be this game stack or none of them need to be. That's the way that I'm choosing to go about it.
I can, yeah, no, I
so
see
most
why
of them
you
are
can see
not.
that,
I'm playing
yeah.
Josh Johnson instead. Take that. Like I in full disclosure, I have 2 Trubisky teams too. I think Trubisky is the high upside quarterback. Like everyone's playing Josh Allen, everyone's playing Lamar Jackson, Brady, and Ben Roethlisberger. That Trubisky provides a sort of Josh Allen type of game, but with more upside because he can actually throw.
He is,
and no one's using him.
He is of the 3 quarterbacks of that archetype. And even if you want to throw Cam in there, although Cam's just a better player.
And Cam's banged up right now,
Yeah,
and not
sure.
on the slate.
Just more in a vacuum, I meant. But we've talked about this a lot the last 3 weeks in particular, where the reason Josh Allen was so valuable the last couple of weeks before everyone got onto this was when everyone's on Lamar, you could just have the same guy
Who's
with
better
the
for
same
cheaper.
matchups for cheaper. Where now the reasoning would be Trubisky is the exact same archetype as these two guys, and no one's going to use him.
He's in a plus matchup at home
Yeah.
as favorites.
Yeah.
He's been on 3 Millionaire Maker winning teams already this year. That's fun.
He's got Fantasy Mo.
He does have fantasy Mo. Like his upside is so good that he is a slate breaker.
Yeah.
Like as good of a game as Derek Carr could ever have, he's not a slate breaker. He's someone that could give you a lot of value and have a good game. He could be on a winning team, but he's not going to score 50 points. He's not going to score 45 points. Trubisky could.
Yeah, it's true.
So if you're in a season-long league, I mean, you can just check the rankings for this because I've really updated it in the rankings to influences that even if you're between like the Cordero Pattersons or like John Browns of the world, just play the guy who's in the game that's expected to score 54 points. Play Cordero Patterson.
Yeah. That's fair.
Tim would talk, but he's too busy tinkering with his lineup. Who you got in now, Tim?
Just found a way to put Chris Carson in my lineup.
I mean, it's not the most difficult thing in the world. He's only
not super
$5,600.
All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go to the phone lines, and by phone lines, I mean the YouTube chat. I'm going to scroll to the very bottom, so if you've asked your question already, you might want to re-ask it, because I'm starting at the very bottom. The rules of the chat. If you mention Mark Ingram, you are banned for life. If you ask the same question twice, you are banned for life. If I think your question's stupid, you're banned for life. What else?
If you do not give us the full name of the player, we assume it is the best.
We will round
possible
up to the best
version
possible
of
player?
that player.
If you answer other people's questions in the chat, you are banned for life.
Just don't do that. I can't go through banning everyone who does that. The whole show.
But if
would
we
be-
see it. Now, the most important question.
How many bans does Tim get today? I'm going to give you 3
I will accept that.
because you were too big of a coward to use them last week.
How cordial of you to accept that.
I won't fight for more. 3 is a perfectly fair number.
Ready? Patriotic Pepe asks.
Oh, God.
It wasn't really him. It's just something that looks like it. Tim's hero, Patriotic Pepe. How does he always respond to tweets so quickly? He's on the ball. Cooper or Cooks? I had Allen, so I got 0 points. Need more upside. I'd still go Cooper.
Yeah, it's still just Cooper.
I would too. I don't think the Rams are going to have that great of a day today.
I think they will, but
I
that's
kind of prefer Woods in that matchup, too.
If you're playing showdown slate later, I like Reynolds as the showdown play.
Sure. I think
get
you'd probably need to
torched.
save some money, too.
They get touched on the outside, and Woods will play the slot.
Because
So
I also think
Cooks
this
or
is the
Reynolds.
overcompensation game where they just give Gurley the ball like 25 times.
I hope that's not the case. I'm currently beating Jonah in the league of leagues because DeAndre scored 30 points yesterday,
It was a great day.
but he has Gurley and Barkley.
Damn. I thought he was good at the baseball.
No, he won baseball, and now he's going to try to win football. Matt Ryan or Josh Allen? I like Josh Allen.
I also like Josh Allen.
Yep.
Really? But you were going to stack? So you're no longer using the Atlanta stack?
What?
No, you talked me into JJ. So I can save some bucks, and I could play. Like we didn't talk about Thielen. I've got Thielen right now. I think no one
You
will
don't
have
need
him.
to talk about Thielen, really. But that could be...
No one will have him because he's the most expensive receiver, and just that game is sort of like being overshadowed.
I have him projected to be around 18% owned.
I think it'll be lower than that.
Okay.
I do think a lot of people are paying up at running back, but...
Sure, as they should. You should pay up at running back over paying up at receiver. That's a much more sensible move. Would you play Gus Bus, the Mac Attack, Wilson Jr., Dixon, or Marcus Murphy? Pick 2. I'll go
Ooh.
Mac and Gus Bus.
I would go
Mac and Wilson.
Dixon.
Wilson as a backup running back?
I think the Niners are going to be okay in this game.
Okay.
Yeah, but he's still only going to play like at most 55% of the snaps.
Guess what this next question is about, Gary, and your main man. What about Trent Sherfield for a cheap play?
God.
Is Chad Williams going to play? Because it looks like he might.
If he does, you definitely can't. Look, what
are you doing?
He had 7 targets last week. I get it, but Fitz had more. David Johnson had more. Like, you're the 3rd man on the pecking order for a team that's averaging less than 250 yards per game. Congratulations.
Don't let Cuss cheer your kid at soccer games. He's not above cursing the youth. This is true.
That's not a question. You can ban him.
All right, you're banned
Ooh.
for life, Casey.
Early.
It wasn't a question.
Jalen Samuels or Edelman PPR? I'll go Samuels.
Yeah, I'd still go Samuels.
I'll go Samuels. Matt Ryan or Mitch? I'll go Mitch.
Mitch.
Agreed.
Foster or Nelson? I'll go Foster.
I'm going to go Jordy there.
Yeah, I'm going to take Jordy, or isn't JJ Nelson the better Nelson at this point?
I don't think so.
Jordy Smelson is in worse play, so yes, JJ Nelson would be the better player. So yes, Foster over JJ Nelson. Good call, Tim. Fournette or Cooper? I'll go
Cooper.
I would go Fournette there.
That's so close. Fournette. I assume that's a DraftKings question.
Yeah, that'd be a hell of a league.
Yeah.
Or a consolation round question.
But put it this way, if that's your team...
That wouldn't be a consolation round question. That's a pretty good team.
Foles or Lamar Jackson? I'll go Lamar Jackson.
I will also go Lamar Jackson.
Tim's
I
gonna
will
say
play Foles.
Yeah.
I like Foles a lot. I think the Eagles could actually upset the Rams tonight.
Do you think... I know you're too scared to ever make a bet with me again, but is that one that you would like to bet? I'll even lay you odds on that one.
No, because I at the same time, the Rams are a really good team. I just have an inkling that Foles in this big spot is going to play well. I think they'll cover the number, and I think it'll be a live game.
It's the most syllables I've ever heard an inkling before.
More syllables to try to back out of not actually wanting to take a bet because you don't believe what you say.
I do believe what I say. I picked him on the show.
Lamar Jackson, yeah, that's great. Then bet me.
No.
Coward. Big coward. Lamar Jackson or Mitch Trubisky? I'll take Mitch Trubisky.
I'll take Mitch.
Can Fitzgerald do anything?
I mean, he probably
Yes.
could play, so that would constitute something.
Mm-hmm. White or Dixon standard? I'll still take White.
White, yeah.
Is Judge Ito playing? We're not going to know until the actives and inactives come out, probably in about 20 minutes. Remember to watch The Sweat after this, too.
Yes.
Starts at 11:30. We'll probably go into OT, though, and stress Paul out. We'll wait for some of those actives and inactives.
It's already
to
pretty
come out.
stressed
Yeah,
today.
it is pretty stressed. Pick 2. Deion Lewis, Rocket Richard, Stephen Ridley, quote, revenge game. Chris Thompson or Kenneth Dixon?
Probably the first two.
Yeah. Deion Lewis and Rocket Richard?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so.
Larry Fitz, Marcus Murphy, or Kenny Stills?
There I would play Fitz.
I thought you were going to say Marcus Murphy.
No.
I would play. I would play Stills, I think.
I'll play Larry Fitz in that one. This guy who was wondering how many bands Tim gets. Well, he only has 2 left
He's
now.
got 2 left.
Flex spot, Kittle or Michelle? Take Kittle me Timbers!
I will also take Kittle.
I will take Michelle.
Jameis or Derek Carr? I'll take Derek Carr.
I will take Derek Carr as well.
I will take the man who's famous.
Jalen Samuels or Gronk?
Samuels.
Gronkowski.
I'll take Samuels. That's what a great situation to be in.
Yeah.
That's a Yahoo flex or tight end question. It has to be. Ridley or Cobb? I like Ridley.
Yeah, I'll take Ridley too.
I will take Cobb. I think he plays well against the Bears.
Pettis or Cobb if Hilton doesn't play?
Still
I
Cobb.
would say Cobb there.
I'll take Cobb in that spot. Do you play Murphy if Ivory and McCoy are out? Probably not.
I mean,
Yeah,
look, if you have to think about it, there's a good chance that you're forced to, but
But it's not over anyone. It's just,
Yeah.
do I play him?
Yeah, no.
No. If
Don't
you
do
don't
it.
have to, don't.
Like in DraftKings, no. Don't play Marcus Murphy.
Howard or Dixon at the flex? I'll still take Jordan Howard there.
I'll take Dixon.
I will take Howard.
You're going to take Dixon Cider?
Yeah.
The premier IPA?
Yep.
Aaron Rodgers versus Bears DST question mark. I would play Aaron Rodgers instead of Bears DST if that's like your super flex spot where you can play quarterbacks and defenses.
Yeah.
That's a stupid question.
Actually, you know what?
I'm banning you for life.
I'll answer it. I'll answer
No.
both versions of that question.
Nope, doesn't get answered.
No, I will. Yes, Aaron Rodgers is playing the Bears defense, and yes, I would play Aaron Rodgers over the Bears defense.
Okay. Jalen Samuels or Tariq Cohen in standard? I'll take Samuels.
I will also take Samuels.
I will take Cohen.
Oh, this guy says, please reiterate why we shouldn't ask about Ingram. It sounds like you asked about Ingram. Banned for life!
Sweet justice.
Josh Allen.
Who's stumbling upon this show at 11:14 in Week 15?
People looking for the sweat.
That's true.
That's true.
Josh Allen or Rodgers in the semis? I like Josh Allen.
I will also take Josh Allen.
You're in the semis. You're playing Rodgers. You're going down with him.
They might have played Josh
It
Allen last
sounds
week.
like you've been playing Josh Allen. If you're still in the semis, it sounds like you've been playing Josh Allen, not Aaron Rodgers.
Maybe I'm playing Rodgers.
Jalen Samuels, George Kittle, or Sony Michel? Pick 2. I'll go Samuels and Kittle.
Yep.
I agree.
Lamar Jackson or
Wait,
Aaron Rodgers?
no. You took... This question was asked like 3 questions ago between Kittle and between...
It's pick 2.
Yeah, I know, but Michelle. He picked Michelle over Kittle like 2 questions ago.
Did he really?
Yeah.
See, I just tuned him out. I assumed everyone knew the answer was Kittle. Lamar Jackson or Aaron Rodgers? I'll take Lamar.
I'll play Rodgers.
I'll play Rodgers then.
Okay. Pick 2. Allen, White, or Corey Coleman, or Ridley. Well, Keenan Allen's already played, so you probably have to lock him in.
Yeah. White, Corey Coleman, Ridley. I'll play
White
Corey
and Ridley.
I'll play White and Ridley. Sorry, White and Ridley.
White and Ridley. Standard League, Amari Cooper, Chris Carson.
Amari Cooper.
I'll take Amari Cooper. White or Dixon Standard? White.
White.
T.Y. or Josh Gordon? I'll take T.Y. if he plays.
Yeah, T.Y. if he plays.
Now, if he doesn't play,
Josh Gordon
play Josh Gordon.
That's a sneaky pivot. And
I know. I'm playing both sides of this one. Start Dak over Matt Ryan? Yes.
Yes.
No.
But you'd play Derek Carr over Matt Ryan. So you would play Derek Carr over Dak? But you think Dallas is going to win this game?
I don't think it's going to be a very high scoring game whatsoever. Okay. This is a 17-10, 17-16 type of game.
Uzama, or Secret of the Uzma, Trey Burton, or Vernon Davis. I'll take Vernon Davis.
Yeah.
Oh, God. I hate all. I'll give me Burton. I can't cheer for Davis. I'm sorry.
Vernon Davis is going to have a good day. I would play Trey Burton over him.
Yeah, but I can't cheer for him because I have stakes, that he doesn't do well. So I got to cheer against him.
Cousins, Wilson, or Jackson? I'll take Wilson.
Yeah, I'll take Wilson too.
Agreed.
Buffalo D or Chicago D? I'll take Buffalo D.
Buffalo D.
Yeah, agreed.
This guy just has Cohen, but he spelled it like Joel and Ethan Cohen, not Tariq Cohen. So I don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
You seen their new thing on Netflix?
I haven't watched it yet. No.
It's good.
I hear it's quite good.
It is excellent.
Lesean so Ivory is out for sure.
I haven't seen that yet.
So someone is just saying that Ivory is out.
But people just say things.
You're supposed to be on the information desk.
I am, and it hasn't been official yet.
Let's see, Chris.
So that person is sowing fake news in the chat.
Fake news in the chat?
Telling you right now, he hasn't been ruled
That
anything
is
yet.
one of the conditions of banning. We've talked about it in the past.
Pre-game decision. Up in the air. Yeah, I don't see anything new on this either.
Trusting that guy over me. I told you, it hasn't been anything yet.
Well, that guy's going to be banned for life. For fake news. We don't appreciate fake news. We have Tim on the show. Tim is fake news and an actual person.
Now, the Bills reporter just said 10 seconds ago, Chris Ivory and Lesean McCoy are both going through a pregame workout routine with strength and conditioning coach Eric Ciano, usually a sign of being inactive for the game. So it's trending that way.
All right, but you can't just say he's inactive when that hasn't been released yet. But no, don't play Marcus Murphy. Chris Carson or Fournette in standard? Fournette.
Carson.
Congrats on
Whoa! Man,
I don't trust Fournette. I just don't trust him.
Can we make a bet on that?
No.
No, because I don't really believe it.
It could go either way.
If I'm going to be a man of my word, I'm only going to take bets that I propose.
Then propose me that bet. That's ridiculous.
It's not ridiculous.
Then make me the bet.
No.
Are you ever going to propose a bet?
Yes, I will, on my own terms, at my own time.
I think as a part of being on this show now, you have to accept one bet per show.
Oh.
Well, this is just Calvin Ball then. You're just changing the rules as you go.
No, because you will never propose a bet. People like when we bet with each other, and you're too fucking chicken to take a bet.
Well, when the right one comes up, I will propose it. I promise.
You don't. We've been on the show for 7 years, and you've never proposed a bet.
Well, then I promise next week I will propose.
And then you make ludicrous claims. Well, I'm very curious to see what the bet you're gonna have is. It's gonna be like some 13-point favorite. Be like, wow, well, I want the favorite.
No. Next week I promise I'll come up with a bet that it seems reasonable.
Stop being a coward, Tim.
I see it. I am unshakable.
How do you miss it? It's filling the entire screen right now. I'm glad you see it.
Yeah, but see, I'm also looking at my DraftKings team.
Goff or
stop tinkering with your one lineup.
Goff or Russell Wilson? I'll take Goff.
I'll take Russell Wilson.
I'll take Wilson.
6-point passing touchdown. Would you go Russell, Josh Allen, or Lamar?
I would go Russell.
I would go Russell Wilson.
I would go Wilson, yeah.
He hustles.
He does hustle. Half-point PPR pick 2. Hilton, Mack, or Lockett? I'll go Lockett and Hilton.
Yeah.
Obviously, if Hilton doesn't play, you know what to do.
Yeah, I think I would take Mack and Lockett anyway.
Playing catch-up.
Oh.
I just think Hilton's going to be a lot like Tyreek Hill was on Thursday.
You, sir, might win $1 million this week.
I just think if
he won't play. He won't do any of this. Tim is the king of saying he's going to do something and then not doing it.
I just think Ty is a classic sort of decoy today. That's all.
Playing catch-up after last night. Who has the higher ceiling, Sony Michel or Randall Cobb? Sony Michel is the
Cobb
higher
has the
ceiling.
highest ceiling.
There's a very real chance James Devlin doesn't take away a touchdown this week.
Yeah, Michelle definitely has the higher ceiling. He gets goal line touches. Tyler Boyd or Josh Gordon? I'll go Josh Gordon.
Yeah, Josh.
That's really
Gordon.
close, though. Lockett or Carson? There, I would go Carson.
I would also go Carson.
Well, yeah, I would too.
Pettis or Hump Daddy? I'll take Hump Daddy.
Hump Daddy.
Pettis or Samuel?
Curtis?
Curtis Samuel.
Yeah, Curtis Samuel.
I'll take Curtis Samuel as well.
Hump Daddy, I'll take.
Go pick up Hump
Yeah,
Daddy.
go pick up Hump Daddy instead of playing those two. So who are you taking, Samuel?
Yeah, I guess so.
Matt Ryan or Dak Prescott? Dak Prescott.
Dak Prescott.
Matt Ryan.
Rappaport says Hilton has a good shot to play. Do I play Luck or Cam? You were always playing Luck. Whether Hilton played or not, you were playing Luck.
Yeah, Cam can't throw right now.
Oh, pivot from Jalen Samuels in flex? Banned for life.
Nice.
Stupid fucking question. To who? That's the one. That was the other thing that we didn't mention. To who? Who? Do I play
you
this
almost
guy?
feel like you shouldn't have to mention that.
I feel like I shouldn't either, but here we are. Michael Gallup or Tywan Taylor? I'm going to play Gallup, but Ulrich is big on Tywan Taylor because Tasha Sharp is banged up, but I just don't love it.
Even still, like what's really the ceiling there?
Tim's best friend, Gerald Everett, or Tim's former flame, Kyle Rudolph? I'll take Kyle Rudolph.
I'm on Everett this week. That
I
tells
might
you where I
actually play
am
Everett.
vis-a-vis Rudolph, too.
You can never really go into a bad situation where you're a tight end and you're playing the Dolphins. Don't ever forget that.
Yeah. It hasn't been as bad this year.
It's still been pretty bad. Remember Michael Roberts had a big game?
There's 2 games. Yeah, there's 2 games.
Galladay, Trey Burton, or Gus Bus? I'd still play Galladay.
Yeah, it's Galladay.
Trubisky or Jackson? I'll take Trubisky.
So will I.
Yeah.
Cohen or a Jones? I believe that's
Cohen.
a Jones.
Cohen.
I'll take Cohen as well. Curtis Samuel makes me nervous.
Great.
Cobb and Baldwin are on the bench. Do you like Samuels in season long over? Well, Samuels, of course everyone likes Samuels. If you're talking about Curtis Samuel, the singular, not the plural, I'd still play him over both those guys.
Yeah.
Down big because I lost Keenan and went against Hopkins and Watkins. Have Bears D. Do I play Josh Allen over Aaron Rodgers? Yes.
Yeah, Allen has a much higher ceiling.
Agreed.
Brait or Ian Thomas? I'll take Brait.
Yeah, I would too.
Ravens or Seattle D? I'll take Ravens D.
Yep.
Yeah, I will as well.
Help, Aaron Rodgers or Lamar Jackson?
I would play
Play
Aaron Rodgers there.
I'd play Lamar Jackson. T.Y. Hilton, Kenny Galladay, Tyler Boyd, Aaron Jones. Pick 2. I'll go Hilton and Boyd.
Jones and Boyd.
Hilton and Boyd.
Should I stick with Gurley?
Yeah.
Band for life! Imagine thinking that right now. Cousins or Rodgers? I'll go with the Cuz.
Oh, God.
This guy
Rodgers,
actually specifically said not to ask you.
Well, I specifically don't care. I'm answering it anyway.
It's
not.
Cousins.
It's Cousins, right? Yeah. Chicago D or
Well,
Buffalo D? Buffalo
Buffalo.
D.
Yeah, I agree.
Fournette or Mixon? I like Mixon there.
Yeah, I do too.
I'll take Fournette.
Brady or Allen? I'll go with Brady.
Yeah, Brady.
Jeff Wilson or Gus Bus? Standard.
Gus Bus.
Gus Bus.
Yeah, I'm going with Wilson because I said him earlier and I kind of like him.
Allen Robinson or Sterling Shepard? Sterling Shepard, right? He's looking for upside.
ODB is fine, right?
No, he's
no,
out.
he's not playing.
He's out altogether?
Yeah. Take him out of your
Yeah.
DraftKings lineup.
I didn't have him in anyway. I've already changed my stack.
Well, you can put in Sterling Shepard now that there's no Odell.
It actually would make a lot of sense with this stack.
I mean, Tennessee stack.
No, New York stack.
I like he's
Wait,
just
so you
running
were
through-
stacking the Giants
And
and
you
were
don't have
not
Sterling-
aware that Odell Beckham was
and
out.
was-
wasn't gonna play Odell
and
anyway.
wasn't using Odell or Sterling Shepard as a part of his stack. It's like last week or 2 weeks ago when he said he had the sneakiest stack and he had no stack.
And it was the only week I didn't win some money. So I've learned
so
you have to stack and you have
confused.
to have guys late. You do that, you win. That's the game within the game.
So
Keys
confused.
to the game.
It should
Ridley,
be stated this contest he's talking about, I've won the past
2 weeks. Yeah, and Tim is just claiming he won. Ridley, Josh Gordon, or Edelman. Pick 2. I play both Patriots. I like Ridley, but
Yeah, you just play your
come
Patriots.
on, yeah.
Yeah.
Is Inman playable in DK tournaments if TY is in? Potentially,
Absolutely,
but
yes.
If he's in,
there
I'm
are better
not.
options around his price range. Like you would really want to target him if Hilton was out.
It's one of those really concentrated teams where 60% of the share is going to the tight end. It's the Hilton. So
Detroit, Seattle, Atlanta D. I like Atlanta D.
Detroit, Seattle, Atlanta. I'll take Seattle.
I like Atlanta D. Arizona can't score.
Winston and Evans or Lamar Jackson and John Brown. I don't understand why
I
those
like the
have to be
first
your
one.
two options.
Yeah,
I would take the
between the
first
two. Yeah, take your. Bucks,
I don't like either of those though. Like, why would you play Lamar Jackson with John Brown? He even got a touchdown last week and was still terrible.
I don't know.
Like you play Lamar Jackson by himself. That's how you play Lamar Jackson.
Yep.
He is not a stackable quarterback because what he does, you want him to rush the touchdowns, and if he rushes the touchdowns, then no one else does anything.
This is true. True words.
Odell went down. Who's best moving forward? John Rouse, Randall Cobb, or Dede Westbrook? I'll take Dede.
Yeah, you're probably playing Westbrook there.
I'll play Cobb.
Oh, this guy asked Doug Martin, Ingram, or Jared Cook.
See,
He is trying to incite you. Don't give him what he wants.
Yeah, it's like
Don't
people
give him
think
what
they're
he wants.
The first one to come up with this.
Aaron Rodgers being so cheap on DK is a sucker bet of sorts. That's not a question, sir. You're banned for life.
Now that person should definitely be banned, yes.
Need to. Jeff Wilson, Zach Ertz, or Jalen Samuels. Don't play Jeff Wilson.
Yeah, really.
Drake, Samuel, or Pettis? I think Samuel.
Drake, Samuel, or Pettis. I might take Drake
You from
there.
the 8 and 6. Give me Drake.
I don't even get that.
What's the 8?
Because they're going to be 8 and 6 after they win. So.
Oh, my God.
That was
a
like
really
Miami.
clever joke.
I was gonna say
And
like Miami's area code is 305, and I know that
this
because
is
of
good
Pittsburgh.
material here that's just not being appreciated.
That's really terrible.
Ooh.
Remember when you said you like things that were funny on TV? The fact that you think that is funny is really indicative of what you watch.
Yeah, well, I make the funny all the time.
Without the laugh track on the Big Bang Theory for that one, it really kind of fell flat.
Head-to-head, Luck or Allen. In a head-to-head, I would play Allen. But overall, I would play Luck, but you have to think about different strategy and floor when you play in a head-to-head. And there's not a lot of floor with Andrew Luck this week, but I do really enjoy his upside if this game shoots out. But you can probably pencil in Josh Allen for probably at least 19 DK points. I can't say the same thing about Luck. Can you?
No. His floor is cavernous in this game.
Safest floor, Larry Fitz, Corey Davis, or Curtis Samuel? Corey Davis, probably.
Yeah, Corey Davis. He's just
Yeah,
gonna
I was going to say the same.
I heard it's pretty windy in New York. If T.Y. Hilton is out, Davis, Foster, or Westbrook? It's Davis.
Yeah.
What Buffalo receiver on DK? I like Isaiah McKenzie.
Yeah, McKenzie.
I like Jones.
Boyd, Galladay, or Sterling Shepard? Boyd.
Sterling.
Yeah.
I'll take Boyd.
Sterling's gold.
You want to talk about a reference no one gets?
That's fair.
If Hilton is out, do I use Crowder, Nelson, Gallup, Parker, or David Moore? I'd use Gallup.
Who?
Honestly, I would use Parker.
I'd use Gallup.
Fournette or Chris Carson?
Fournette.
Carson.
Matt Ryan or Josh Allen?
Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Carroll or Josh Allen? Considering one of those isn't a real person, I'll take Josh Allen. Goff or Cousins? Goff.
Yep.
Dalvin Cook, Sony Michel, or Aaron Jones? Sit one.
I would. Oh, sit one.
I'd sit Sony.
Yeah.
I would sit Cook.
Is Matt Ryan just not a good play in lineups today?
Yes.
There we go.
I don't know.
Is Tevin Coleman going to troll us again? These questions are fucking terrible. Banned for life. Banned for life.
The end of a radio show. Will Tevin Coleman continue to clown us? Find out next week on a very special episode of The Pat Mayo Experience.
This guy asked his Trent Sherfield question again. He is now banned for life.
Man, you got to ask that question twice.
This guy's asking about Doug Martin. He's banned for life. Good God. Here we go. Jalen Samuels or DJ Moore? Samuels.
Jalen Samuels.
Dixon or White?
White.
That guy's name is Wanna Bet. I bet you he would take bets. Carr or Josh Allen? Josh Allen.
Josh Allen.
Need two. David Johnson, Dalvin Cook, Leonard Fournette, Derrick Henry, and Standard. I'll go DJ and Leonard Fournette.
Yeah.
I'm not taking Fournette. You went too quickly. I couldn't write them down.
But you just said you hated Dalvin Cook, so
Yeah, I don't like Cook either.
So you would play Derrick Henry over Leonard Fournette?
This
Is
week?
what you're telling me, yes.
Man, this week it's so very close.
If that's close to you, then you have to. Please propose me a Leonard Fournette bet.
Close, but
Set a line on Leonard Fournette and let me bet the over on it.
No, I promise.
You think that he's going to be terrible? Please set the line on what you think his fantasy day is going to be.
The range of outcomes suggests more bad than good for him. That's all. Let's not
then give me a line, coward.
Chris Ivory officially inactive.
Oh, see, that guy was right.
Well, no,
Yes.
but he was guessing.
He was guessing.
He was correct. Garion Johnson officially inactive.
Are you going to use Marcus Murphy? I would not.
No, I would not.
Garion Johnson was already ruled out.
Yeah, I'm just reminding the peoples.
Okay. So Ivory and McCoy are both out.
Yes.
Do we have Hilton news yet?
We do not.
All right, Tim, you and I are going to fly through these, okay?
All right.
Just me and you while Garion sits on the update desk. I hope they're good ones. Not do I play my good guy or do I play my bad guy? Cooper or Cooks? Cooper. Bills D, Rams D. Bills D.
Bills D.
Allen or Trubisky? Trubisky.
Yes.
Diggs or Seth Roberts? I'll take Diggs.
Diggs.
Ross or Reynolds? I like Reynolds.
I too would like Reynolds.
Stafford active if you're sweating that.
Okay.
Doesn't really matter though.
Baldwin or DJ Moore? I like DJ Moore.
I like Baldwin.
Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson? I like Josh Allen.
T.Y. Hilton is active.
Active?
Yes.
T.Y. You're gonna win me $3 million. I'm gonna win even the millionaire makers for next week. He's gonna score so many points. I'm gonna carry my points over next week. That's how good T.Y. is gonna be. Tim, you gonna play him in our contest? Because I will.
No, I'm not going to play him.
Drake, Lockett, or in the flex. I'll take Lockett.
Drake.
Josh Allen or Kirk Cousins? I like Josh Allen.
Me too.
Adams or Coleman? I'll take Devontae Adams.
Yeah, I will too.
Vernon Davis or Brait? I'll take Brait.
Yes.
Dixon or Baldwin? Baldwin.
Yep.
Chris Thompson is active.
Chris Thompson active?
Yes.
Jalen Samuels or Doug Martin? Samuels.
Martin. I hate it.
Can you please bet me that one then?
No, I hate it. I just said I hate it.
I'll give you 2-1.
No, just Samuels didn't look that great last week. That's all.
He scored like 19 DraftKings points.
Yeah, but he didn't look that
Yeah,
good.
he's bad. He's bad though. Yeah, he's bad. Yeah, Doug Martin looked great. He had 16 carries for 32 yards.
Yes, the Bengals are bad. I think I don't know. I hate it. I hate both.
Michelle or Gus Bus? I'll take Sony.
Yeah, me too.
Sit one. McCaffrey, Zeke, or Barkley? I'll sit.
I guess
Barkley.
I would say Zeke actually. What? Of those three, I'm never sitting McCaffrey. I'm never sitting McCaffrey, and I'm never sitting Barkley.
Oh my god!
So those two, I think, are never benches under any circumstance.
You've broken poor Garion.
I don't see how you could bench Barkley for.
Look, that's a ludicrous question to ask. Granted, but
Vance McDonald or Vernon Davis? I'll take Vernon Davis.
Yeah, guess so too.
Chad Williams officially inactive for that guy who keeps wanting to play Trent Sherfield.
Yeah, listen, you want to play Trent Sherfield? Play Trent Sherfield. I will not be doing that. Does T.Y. Hilton being active hurt Eric Ebron? No, it probably actually helps Ebron.
Yeah, I think makes no material difference.
Carlos Hyde is inactive today.
Uh-oh, Tim, does that change your Leonard Fournette stance?
No.
Chris Carson or Jalen Samuels? Jalen Samuels.
Carson.
Ty Montgomery is also a healthy scratch today.
Oh, good news for your boy, Kenneth Dixon.
Yes.
Or maybe that means Buck Allen's back in the mix.
Yeah.
Ridley or Sproles? I assume that's Steven Ridley. Although, no, play.
No, it's probably Calvin.
No, it just says Ridley. Calvin Ridley. Play Calvin Ridley.
It's in prime time. Sproles.
Josh Adams or Corey Coleman?
Josh Adams.
Maybe it's Tevin Coleman. I don't know. I'll play Josh Adams either way.
Judge Ito has been ruled active.
Oh! Judge Ito has sentenced everyone's Tevin Coleman shares to mean nothing. Do you think Josh Allen will be highly owned on DK? Yes. If so, should he be a fade? No one's going to be so owned that you have to fade him at quarterback.
You also very rarely have to fade chalk at quarterback.
Did we get all the actives and actives?
I think we might be through.
People didn't like the show enough, so we're not going to go into. We only had 174 likes. I wanted to answer people's questions for another 7 minutes, but we didn't get enough.
Paul wins this round.
Yeah, Paul's gonna win it out. If we can get there in the next minute, when my clock turns, if we're not at 200, I'm getting out of here. Diggs or Hilton? Standard Hilton.
Diggs. I don't trust Hilton.
Rodgers or Mitch? I'll take Mitch.
I'll play Rodgers.
Ebron or Gronk? DraftKings.
Gronk.
Edelman, Devontae Adams, Woods. Pick two. Woods and Adams.
Woods and Edelman.
Lockett or Josh Gordon? Gordon.
Yes, Gordon.
Brait or Evan Ingram? I'll play Brait.
Yeah, I will too.
Dixon or Mack? I'll play Mack.
Yeah.
Pick one. T.Y., Mack, or Chris Carson? T.Y.
Carson.
But you love Mac.
I like them both, but I think Carson's going to have a good day.
Ian Thomas or Vance McDonald? Thomas.
Vance.
Safest floor, Larry Fitz, Curtis Samuel, Corey Davis. Probably Curtis Samuel at this point.
We had this question, didn't we?
Did we?
It's Davis.
Randall Cobb or Sterling Shepard? Sterling Shepard.
Yeah, I agree.
We got to the numbers. We'll go for a bit more here. Rogers, no, I already answered that one. Let's see.
You lose this one, Paul.
Has James Conner been ruled out yet? He hasn't, but he's doubtful to play, which means he's probably not playing.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Let's see. Aaron Jones or DJ Moore? Aaron
Jones.
Ooh, he's got an influx of questions. The chat jumped off me. Allen or Goff? I like Goff.
Yeah, I'll take Goff
Allen.
there.
Standard. Lockett or Samuels? I like Samuels. That's Jalen Samuels.
Oh, yeah.
Standard.
I will take
like
Jalen Samuels.
I mean, he's a better PPR play, but you'd like him in both. Ravens or Jags? I like the Ravens.
I'll take the Jags there.
Okay, but
Ravens.
Josh Johnson's playing. Luck or Wilson? Probably go Russ.
Yes, I would too.
Dalvin Cook or Ty? I'll play Ty.
Yeah, Ty.
Edelman or Ty? There I'll go Edelman.
Yeah.
Cobb or Sterling Shepard? I'll play Sterling Shepard.
Sterling.
Yep.
Richard or Drake? Richard.
I'll play Drake.
Drake.
I'll play Drake there.
Hit the like. Everything just jumped on me. Too many questions now. Everyone waited until the last second. Allen, Rogers, or Jackson? I already picked Josh Allen, so.
Allen Rogers. Yeah, Allen.
Yeah.
Diggs
Rogers.
or Ridley? I'll take Diggs.
Diggs.
Vance
Yes.
or Vernon? Vernon.
Vance.
I'll take Vance.
Matt Ryan or Mariota-san? I'll take Matt Ryan.
I'll take Matt Ryan there.
Matt Ryan over Mariota.
T.Y. Hilton or Mike Evans? I'll take T.Y.
Ty.
Mike Evans.
Samuels or T.Y.? I'll take Samuels.
Samuels.
Yes.
David Johnson, Samuels, Ingram, banned for life. Cousins or what is that? Dak.
The other person, doesn't matter who you say.
I'll take Cousins over
I'll
Dak.
take Cousins.
One second, I have to ban that guy for life or ruining my day. Aaron Jones, Jalen Samuels, or Sony Michel PPR? Jalen Samuels.
Yeah, Jalen Samuels.
Michelle.
Play one. Coleman, Fitzgerald, Stills, or McKenzie? I'll play probably Larry Fitz.
Stills.
I really want to play McKenzie there.
Stills.
Screw it. Play McKenzie.
Yeah, play McKenzie. Fitz is 10 points. McKenzie could be so much more.
Henry or Coleman? I would play Henry.
I would play Coleman.
I would play Henry.
Kelvin Ridley or Tariq Cohen in the flex, half point. I'll still play Cohen.
Yeah, Cohen.
Cohen.
Hilton or Samuels? I'll play Samuels.
I would play Samuels.
Yep.
James White or Josh Adams? I'll play Josh Adams.
White.
Josh Adams.
Corey Davis, Sterling Shepard, Allen Robinson. Pick one. I'll take Corey Davis.
Shepard.
Corey Davis.
Henry or Tevin Coleman? Henry.
Tevin Coleman.
Samuels or Gus Bus? Samuels.
Samuels.
Yep.
It's ironic that Cust leaves no money on the table in DK ever, but leaves his bans on the table all the time.
Ban him.
No, I'm going to override that ban. He makes a very good point. Mixon or Cohen? Mixon.
Mixon.
Wilson
Cohen.
or Drake? Drake now with Breda being active.
Yep.
Oh, Drake.
Big Bug Ben or Goff? I'll take the Bug Man. He has
Yeah.
8,000 eyes. He can see everything. Hunter Henry, oh my God. People need to get over the Stephen A. Smith joke. It's not funny. People think that they're super clever all the time. Marcus Murphy, question marks. Don't play him. David Johnson, Marlon Mack, Jalen Samuels, pick two, standard. Sit Mack.
Yes.
Sit David Johnson.
Vernon or Uzama? I will take Vernon
I want to
Davis.
see your running back ranks this week.
Uzama is useless.
Yeah, Secret of the Ooze.
I'll take Vernon. A-Rob or Mack? I'll take Allen Robinson.
A-Rob or Matt.
I like them both a lot,
Robinson.
but I would play Mac.
I'm getting the "you need to cut it" sign from Paul. I got four more here, so the final four that I have highlighted. A-Rob or Mack?
A-Rob.
A-Rob. Judge Ito or Marcus Murphy? There I would play Marcus Murphy.
Yeah, I play Marcus
actually.
Murphy there.
Corey Davis or Shepard?
Shepard.
Corey Davis.
Corey Davis.
Breda or Rocket Richard? I'll play Breda.
I'll play Breda.
Final one, Josh Reynolds or Mohamed Sanu. I'll take
play
Josh
Sanu,
Reynolds.
actually.
I like Reynolds. That'll do it on the Pat Mayo Experience. Week 15, injury rankings, viewer questions, and Garion Thorne.
Hello.
All things that happen. Ian Thomas or Vance McDicks? Take Ian Thomas.
Ian Thomas
for me. All the rankings will be updated here. I got to make the change from Chris Ivory onto Marcus Murphy and just update the rankings that way. But all the rankings outside of that are completely up to date, actually. So if you have a start-sit between those two, you can hit me up on Twitter, too, and I'll be back on the sweat momentarily. Switch over to the channel on YouTube and just go watch that, all right? I would also, before we get out of here, like to thank all of you and Tim Undergust.
Tim Undergust.
It's not my name. Go vote for our video.
Yeah, vote for the video, fsta.org/vote video, and in the description. If we answered your question, please just hit us with the vote. It takes like 5 seconds, and I want to win. I needs to win, okay? And we're going to be live again next week, so if you don't vote, I won't go live, and you'll probably win because you won't get bad advice. Final thing, Paul, you, best play under 4K wide receiver. You got one?
Under 4K, no.
Isaiah McKenzie.
That's his name.
Or Michael Gallup, one of those two. I'm Pat Mayo. Good luck in Week 15. Someone win $1 million. I'll see you next time.